Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this simple because tonight is not really about me, because the purpose is bigger than me, right? You know, it's not bigger than us together, but it's bigger than me because my part is a very small part of the work that's being done in this world and the work that is yet to be done. I'm lucky I was able to start the Clara Lionel Foundation in 2012. And if there's anything that I've learned, is that we can only fix this world together. We can't do it divided. I cannot emphasize that enough. We can't let the desensitivity seep in. If it's your problem, then it's not mine. It's a woman's problem. It's a black people problem. It's a poor people problem. I mean, how many of us in this room have colleagues and partners and friends from other races, sexes, religions? Show of hands. Well, then, you know, they want to break bread with you, right? They like you? Well, then, this is their problem, too. So when we're marching and protesting and posting about the Michael Brown Jr.'s and the Tatiana Jeffersons of the world, tell your friends to pull up. Thank you to the NAACP for all of your efforts to ensure equality for our communities. Thank you for celebrating our strength and tenacity. We have been denied opportunities since the beginning of time, and still we prevail. So I'm honored. Imagine what we could do together. Thank you for this honor.
Hey, one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. Yes, sir. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Ay, there's only one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. And yes, sir. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things.
A lot really turned me on this goddamn vegan food.
That vegan plate?
Well, that plate is amazing. It is.
Vegan? I don't know. Help me out here. What you had that was vegan?
I don't even know. It was barbecue tofu. And
tofu, huh? What it tastes like?
That's some kind of ricey shit.
But that's that shit over there?
Yeah, it's kind of cold, but you can hit that bitch.
Nah, I'm good.
You still got that shit?
Yeah, nigga. I ate
bitch,
like some of it yesterday.
I done crushed that shit
I fell asleep last night.
Word.
But I've been telling me about her vegan food for years. Ever since we worked together. And like you just said, Joe, I ain't no vegan nigga. Like, I'm not into vegan. Like, I'm on meat, goddammit. Every one of my meals is like meat, veggie, side. There we go. That's a meal.
Right.
Straight up. So last night, man, me, D, and he was at the burlesque show. And nigga was pilled. Nigga was hungry as fuck. And some said, okay, let's try some new shit out.
When you peel, that's the best time to try it too, because your taste buds is so open to allow things to touch it and be like, oh, I'm cool with that.
And the thing is, I've had good vegan and bad vegan.
Nigga, hot nigga be eating shit they ain't never ate before, like mayonnaise.
I mean, I mean mayonnaise. But like, I only can take mayonnaise lightly on a ham sandwich, and that's about it.
What?
I don't fuck with mayonnaise at all. It's the devil.
It's not too bad.
I was about to say,
which one of your motherfuckers are AirPods?
These nuts.
That's D shit.
Oh, it's yours?
No.
Well, I don't know who it's for them. It's not mine.
I'm about to say, because that's where you had them Raycons.
Yeah, I got the Raycons. I support black business.
Somebody get your scooty bike?
Yeah. I just like the name.
I support RayJ, son. RayJ, he a good businessman.
RayJ he's the most overachieving nigga in the world. I feel like with so much, like he's achieved so much with so little. He's mediocre at a lot of things, but he's achieved greatness because that boy business mind isn't.
I mean, it's a fucking numbers game with that nigga at this point.
Bro,
Yeah.
he's a mediocre singer, but he had hits. He's an okay actor, but he been in good shit. You know what I'm saying? He had the scooty bike thing. People was making jokes, but he made money.
He made money.
Niggas is buying Raycons. Like, and he ain't known to be a businessman or nothing like that, but that nigga, like I said, he's the most overachiever. I think we spoke about this on the podcast before. I gotta always give him props.
I think we did, yeah. You gotta let that man live.
Yeah, that nigga one wish.
I got the fucking Raycons. I use them bitches every day. That's a good product.
Dog, he really. The biggest thing that I'm very proud of him about is the fact that he got off under Brandy's name. Cause first for the
he got from under it.
Yeah,
he made his own name.
Yeah, cause like
I mean, the moment he did the Kardashian thing, he
that's
was
what I'm about to say. That sex thing, that's solidified.
Yeah.
This ain't Moesha's brother.
I'm not Brandy's brother. I'm not just Brandy's brother.
I'm
that shit.
fucking Kim Kardashian on cam.
Dude. Oh, but Pete, son, is this true or not? This, like, I was listening to the Your 30 podcast, and L-Dub said that Planet Fitness gives us free pizza.
Yeah.
When does that happen?
Like every first Monday of the month.
Well, I don't never see this pizza.
I think that's stupid though.
I think it's a tester to test your gallbladder.
I would never eat that
gallbladder.
test your nuts. Test your gall. You know what I'm saying? Like because the motherfuckers be giving out cheese, pepperoni, and sausage pizza.
Why they offering pizza?
And they be having boxes. You can take a whole box from them.
Where it be?
It be right in the front.
Right
where they be having fruit and shit at.
Well, the fruit. I remember the fruit they used to do on Tuesdays. I don't be seeing that
they
no
still
more.
do
I
it.
don't see that shit. I don't be seeing that
Y'all
shit.
motherfuckers don't pay attention like too much to it. But like y'all really be so focused. I seen y'all go to the gym like y'all have a plan. Y'all don't pay attention to that shit. Now that pizza shit, I feel like some days I don't know why y'all some days they pass you up on it because the smell should get you. As far as that fruit shit,
I feel like
I can easily see y'all pass that shit up all the time because y'all just be looking at the workout, not y'all ain't even think about fruit.
No, my nigga, I feel like everything you said can be true about the pizza for me. Because a lot of times the fruit be on my mind now. I look back to be like, oh, they got fruit today. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but pizza, I didn't even know.
And they be having shitload boxes of pizza.
Bro.
Dog.
And like, so, what you're saying is true. I probably just walked right past that shit and just never took it in.
I think I might have noticed that shit like maybe one time, but not like on a consistent like.
Y'all niggas gym focused.
Monthly
like I didn't watch y'all many a day go to the gym and boop boop and go straight hitting that bit like y'all go get ready in that fucking locker room. And it's like it's a transformation, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no pizza looking for. It's dojo time.
You shouldn't even have pizza at a gym,
right?
And I think that's another thing on your mind too. Like it wouldn't even be here, so I don't have to see it because I don't really expect it to be here.
I need them to justify it for me. Why the fuck are they giving away pizza at a gym?
I honestly already don't want to be there. I have to fucking be there. Like I'm trying to get in and get the fuck out. Like,
right? Because I had to tell somebody that recently. I think we talked about it before. Like, I don't find working out necessarily fun.
Yeah, like it's not the most fun thing for me to do.
It's penance.
Yeah, it's penance.
It has to happen for something else to happen.
Yeah,
I like working out.
Not all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time.
Yes, sometimes, but it's not like yippee hey.
It ain't like being on stage. But,
right, you know, it's not sex. Right. But there's certain points and certain days where it's fun.
It's a release.
Sometimes it's a release, sometimes it's a relief.
Yeah.
I believe in runner's high. That shit real. Like when you be running at a point, you just be like, oh shit, like I can run forever. Like, you know what I mean? They got certain parts of it that's definitely therapeutic. But what I'm saying is, it's not necessarily like fun isn't the word that I would use to describe beating my body up. For 2 hours.
I'm not going there for the express purposes of having fun per se.
Right.
Like, but if I do have fun while I'm there, then that's just,
Or eat fucking pizza. Like, what the fuck? I'm about to be
it's like, dog, picture going to the gym and being like, you know what? I'm about to hit the massage chair and the pizza.
Because I already be calling them suspect having that big thing of fucking Tootsie Rolls and Fruities over there.
Yeah, fact.
I don't understand why that's there either, but I'm like.
But sugar rush. It's like, I understand it to the level of some people need that sugar rush. Everybody don't do, some people do energy drinks, some people do fruit, some people need them quick little Fruities and just be.
Yeah, but you know how many of them things you gotta eat to get a true sugar rush? Though?
I don't know, so I feel like they have it there for the concept. I think it's there for the concept, and sometimes it's psychosomatic. You know what I mean? Like just how people, get into the coffee and shit. Sometimes if you think it's gonna give you some kind of boost, it give you a boost, or you give yourself a boost, or what have you. So I can almost justify that big ass thing of candy. I can't justify no fucking pizza.
Not a pizza.
Nigga.
I would never eat that shit. That shit been sitting there all fucking day. Hell no.
Well, you're 30, Lawrence. You got that shit. Because I was about to start ripping them. I was like, the fuck you talking about, Lawrence?
Nah,
I wouldn't even eat that shit.
That's the thing, son. I ain't gonna lie. I used to walk out back when I used to go to Planet Fitness way back in the G. That's when I first found out boys to give me a box out that bitch.
Okay, now pause. Y'all, so is it still happening though?
I believe so, yes.
Have you been seeing pizza on Mondays
I
or whatever
haven't
day
been
he talking
seeing
about?
it, but then again, I don't pay attention.
But
to
wouldn't
it,
we
so.
smell it?
Honestly, son.
Hold
I
up,
don't
cameraman
even smell
Keith.
it.
Have you seen the fuck? You go to the same Planet Fitness
you
as
be
us.
there, yeah.
You seen the pizza?
Not at the one y'all go to, but they be having the one in Kenner.
Oh, so it exists,
They've been doing
but
that for years.
yo,
But like I never got any pizza because I mean, like you said, I don't understand why they got pizza at the gym.
Right.
And you be like, yo, come here, work out, lose some weight, but also grab some pizza.
Yeah.
the worst,
Eat
one of the worst things you can eat.
Before you go,
You got
One-
tomato
it's
sauce,
one of 'em.
cheese.
Grease,
right.
cheese.
Eat these 1,000 calories before you fucking go.
It's
It's
one
not
of the.
even
You know?
good pizza, like it's
Papa John's.
Yeah, Papa John's.
Oh God, with the sweet ass sauce,
Yeah, it's Papa John's.
bread, cheese, sweet sauce, grease. That ain't about to help you out,
So
nigga.
not only is
Only
it
that.
pizza, it's fucking racist pizza.
It's racist. No, Shaq has taken it over.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's
one of the
a-
chief
yeah.
operators right now. Yes,
Well, it's formerly racist pizza.
formerly racist. And you know, funny enough though,
Back when it was nigga pizza.
my G,
One of the white only pizzas.
dog, I won't call it whites only because that man technically didn't say nothing racist.
These are whites only
I'm
pies.
just
You know what I mean? Because that's the one thing they kept going with, and I'm like, well, no, he quoted someone else that he shouldn't have quoted.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he, you know, your CEO on the conference call, nigga, you shouldn't even be having those kind of conversations. But
That man said whites only pies.
ain't no whites only
only
pie.
pie.
Let's get to this fucking show, man. Damn.
So
And we ain't got no nigga pie.
We ain't got no nigga pies. Welcome to the Fly with.
nigga pie.
What about the nigga pie?
Oh man, I can't remember the movie Life, nigga.
No, I know where the fuck whites only pies come from. Nigga, life is sitting over there in the
Oh yeah, sure
goddamn
is. My
DVD
bad.
situation.
My bad.
He came
Nah, I'll be back.
movie Life.
My bad.
Remember one of our touchstone conversations I made you realize it's a goddamn tragedy.
Yeah.
That is a
You the one
tragedy.
you the one that fucked up life
Tragic
for me. I
movie.
blocked that out. Now thank you for that memory again.
Dude.
Cause Martin is the reason why I can't look at life the same. It was one of my favorite comedy movies.
It still is a
Man, it ain't no fucking comedy when you know these
But
niggas
it's
did
not
that
a
whole
comedy.
These niggas did life in jail for a crime they didn't commit
And they was there the whole time.
the
That
whole
is
time. So I'm gonna
depressing.
fucking they escaped
Yeah.
at the end.
At 90.
Right.
The fuck kind of ending is that?
Right,
To
like
me,
you-
that was not a happy ending, and like it always hit me kind of tragically. I'm sorry I might have ruined it a bit, but that's what it is.
You get out of jail when you right about to keel over.
Gee,
Like
that's the
fucked
happy
up.
ending. They got out at 90. They didn't even do it. Like, say if they did something wrong, then it's like, all right, bitches, y'all supposed to fucking be there. But
Yeah.
no, y'all really end up with some shit you didn't do
Right.
for life. And I'm supposed to be
Right.
bugged up that you got out at 90. You ain't getting no pussy, no family.
Well, they got pussy
no-
in jail because Claude used to throw them parties. But see, when Claude and Ray was beefing,
Now, see,
pussy stop.
See, bro.
God,
See,
It ain't freedom.
My niggas.
start the intro, bro.
Bro, welcome to the Fly with Bats. He comparing conjugal
No,
visits,
no,
whatever
no.
the fuck the word you say,
We not doing
to
that.
being out here, being free, getting pussy.
I know what you're saying, man, but I'm just saying, like, they wasn't like they didn't get no pussy. They got some pussy. I can't say they didn't get no pussy.
Welcome to the Fly with Bats podcast, episode 95, side A. And I already told D off mic that this is going to be one of the most side B-ish side A's ever. Or at least the starter section is one of the most etouffeest as starter sections that we're going to have in a minute, because a lot of wild shit been happening that's going to require some, some talking, some etouffee type conversations. You heard
Really,
me?
I'm already depressed.
I mean, it's not to get you depressed.
I'm already down, bro.
Because as everybody know, anyway, it's that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on the Facebook, or you could just Google a nigga at Martin Bats Bradford. Things come up. But on that Instagram and on that Twitter and most of the social medias besides Facebook, you can find me at Mr. Bats. Spelling Mr. out, you're gonna find another cat. And as usual on this cast, I'm here with my brothers.
Man, what up? What's good? You already know this your boy D Mizzle, and you can fuck with me on Instagram, FrenchBread.kid, and follow my business at You Dig Brand. You dig. Also on Facebook, that's Facebook.com/You Dig Brand, and at YouDigBrand.com officially. And yeah, whatever.
Passe wine, it's your boy AlphaJo, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the roux. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on IG AlphaJo No E504, Facebook Joseph Alpha Man Pines. Man, so you got nominated, huh, my nigga?
I got nominated for a Big Easy.
Check that out.
That's what's up, man. Shouts out to Raheem. Shouts out to
No Dream Deferred.
No Dream Deferred. I mean, I got well, technically Raisin in the Sun did that at the top of the year. That got nominated for Best Play. So big up to Tommy Myrick.
Nice.
And,
all right, Tommy.
Yeah, man. So Best Play nomination for Raisin in the Sun. Big up to my homie Mike Forrest, who got nominated for Best Actor. Constance Thompson, who got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And of course the illustrious Carol Sutton, who got nominated for Best Actress off that Raisin in the Sun. She better win.
Carol.
Oof.
Much deserved.
Mama Carol ate that, son. So big ups to the Raisin in the Sun situation, but also
that means that you nominated a few times over.
Well, Best Play is a kind of a nomination.
Yeah, it is. Nigga, you in the ensemble.
But specifically in the Red and Brown Water by No Dream Deferred, directed by Lauren Turner, I was nominated for Best Supporting Actor along with my nigga Raheem. We both nominated for Best Supporting Actor for our roles and in the Red and Brown Water. So that's what's up, man. Get nominated with your nigga.
Yeah, that's a win-win.
That is a beautiful thing.
And Heem is also nominated for Jimmy Early in Dreamgirls. If he don't get that one,
yeah, that's for free, I think.
That needs to be for free. My dog
free.
Ate that Jimmy Early,
he
son. Like murdered. I mean, he killed, we both killed our roles in the Red and Brown Water as well. But that's a crapshoot a lot of times when it comes down to I would say
he hit double hitters.
He might hit double hitters, but I'm saying
that would be amazing.
I'm saying oftentimes with the Best Supporting Actor, Best Actor, Supporting Actress, Best Actress, it can be a crapshoot when we're talking about people of color winning those awards. So, but when I'm looking at what he did with Dreamgirls, nigga, when you compare what he did with Dreamgirls to the other musicals that happened throughout the year, there ain't nobody stealing the show in that manner.
Yeah.
No.
He
is
definitely a show bandit.
One thing about Raheem is that once he does Jimmy Early, it's a wrap. The only two things you're really gonna probably remember is Effie and Jimmy Early.
Son, he takes it almost every time because he's done it 3 times. That was his 3rd time doing it.
Right,
so it's
you didn't master that character, that moment.
Yes, I told him he's gonna get nominated for that. I said if he didn't get nominated for that, it's a problem. That's why I feel like if he don't win that, it's a problem.
I had a feeling No Dream Deferred was gonna get nominated for something after I saw it.
I know that's the thing though. I thought he was gonna get nominated for Best Ensemble though. I was like, you know what I mean? Like I told him, I said, you know what? If it comes down to nominations, I said me and you probably gonna get nominated. After you can ask him, I said me and you probably gonna get nominated for supporting situations. But if nobody solo get nominated on some shit, the play itself, the ensemble, even if the play don't get Best Play, our ensemble was cold, dog.
Yeah.
Everybody shined in that joint. I wasn't necessarily expecting the Best Supporting Actor nomination, but I was expecting the Best Ensemble nomination just by the talk that people would have when they left.
Yeah, because it was a definite ensemble piece.
Bro, they talked about me and him and India, we got our props, and Rodney, we got our props and stuff, but the ensemble shine.
The ensemble, that's one of the pieces that if the ensemble didn't work right, that piece couldn't come together.
It wasn't gonna come right, you feel me?
I mean, that's why that's so important, bro. If you got a solid ensemble, you have a good show on your hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's in me and him nominations, it's it's against 2 white dudes, and me and him, we on 2 completely opposite ends of the board. It's he had a majority comical role with a hint of drama. I had a majority dramatic role with a hint of comedy. So it's just about a toss-up on that type shit, because, it's about what your flavor was, but I'm happy that we both, getting some love. Right. But, welcome to the show, y'all. We talking about Big Easy Awards in the city and shit. This is sideA 95. As y'all know on sideA, we usually start that thing off with the starter section. The starter section is, hot topics going on in these streets and these social medias and these news or whatnot. We usually like to keep it light, but as I was saying earlier, this ain't specifically no light shit happening in the starter section today. After that starter section, we get into that Bats nerd out moment. My niggas allow me to nerd out just a little bit. A little bit. You feel me? And after that Bats nerd out moment, we get into some sports.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you almost died. You alright, G? It's cool.
Sports, fuck yeah! Sports ain't really been. Well, there's a few things that's going on in sports, like a couple of ass beatings that's been going on. We had to talk about. But other than that, sports. I
mean, if you got some sports,
I got some sports. I always got some sports.
As always, you got the sports talk. I got the sports tea. I got a little tea we could throw out in there just to have a little
talking tea talk,
sports tea talk. You heard me?
ESPN T.
Then we
it's in the game,
Arizona, and then we holler at y'all in the next couple of couplers. You heard me? Yeah. But before we get into the show, before we get into our stars and shit, we got the scroll.
Oh yeah,
we got shout out our brother and sister podcast. specifically as we've come to learn, the ones that we fuck with, and most importantly, the ones that fuck with us.
Yeah, we don't play that dumb shit.
Such as the Your 30 podcast.
Your Dirty 30?
Yeah, me shouts out to Lawrence, the Arrogant Observer, and Marty Edwards.
Fucking podcast gonna be 50 years old. You're 30.
Hey man, talk to me.
It's Your 30.
It's Your 30. Go subscribe to our homies. The On the Lake podcast.
On the Lake.
Shouts out to the girls, man. I think they sent a question out recently about I don't know if it was to everybody because I didn't listen to the last episode.
I know what you're talking about. I think it was to everybody.
About apparently they saw some cat. White dude was wearing a bush wig and the blackface and shit. No,
wait, what?
Yeah, the Mardi Gras shit.
Of course.
And they were talking about appropriation versus appreciation. And they was trying to figure out I know Your 30 talked about it extensively on their podcast.
I keep it simple as this, dog. If white people want to wear blackface and mask during any kind of parade or on Zulu floats, my advice for them is don't.
Yeah, I stand by don't. I feel like get some purple, get some
just
dark
get a different
blue,
color.
get something else.
Yeah.
So now I don't want dark blue, but like get something else. You don't got to be black because I feel like if I was a white person, the moment I'm putting some black face on my skin, some black paint on my skin, I'm gonna think twice. Like maybe I should err to some caution. But I don't think they had the blackface. I think I'm thinking wrong. I think he just had the fro. I think he just had a fro because the main talk was appropriation versus appreciation. Where do you draw the line? And that was the conversation.
All that
You
shit,
can
dog.
do the fro.
I don't think you can do the fro.
I've seen white people with fros though. Son.
Yeah, the thing is, I've seen white people with fros, but the intent behind the fros.
And that's where the line is between appreciation is what you're
talking
talking
about. It's like you wearing this fro because you think that
other
other black people, like this is how black people look. Not how this is how you look.
Hold on. Here's the caveat I give it. You can use the fro, but not with the black paint.
Or not with the
But the whole theme is Zulu and all that.
No, not just with Zulu. I want to take yourself out of Zulu, like just in the level of what they saying, appropriation versus appreciation. Like that motherfucker could wear that bush wig even when it's not Zulu, just because he might want to be funny wearing a wig.
Yeah,
and that's what Depp been talking about. Because you got to think about it too. Back when those big bushes was happening in the 70s, white people had them too.
Yeah, white people had bushes.
But I feel where you coming from on the intent of is a difference between if I just see you being a white boy wearing a bush wig and you trying to have the baggy pants and the big gold chain and the stereotype.
Right.
Blackness.
When you got all of that shit with it, nah.
That's when
Nigga ain't saying you go dressed up at a disco, you put your wig on.
Right.
Nigga ain't saying that you feeling like just honestly it's all
if
about.
You want to wear a wig. I might want to wear a wig that got straight hair and just be stupid one day. I'm not going to fucking
But you got all those extra elements on it.
Yeah,
though.
that's
like
intent matters.
And that's the thing about like the parade is like, dog. It's not like you wearing this disco wig. You got these Zulu colors on and shit like that. You don't have the black face on, but you damn sure got the black clothes and all the black aesthetic.
That's still a separate topic though, Joe. I feel like man brought that part up because that is an issue that I feel like, and when you get into that, the Zulu people they don't even use traditional Zulu paint. Like they say many times, people have tried to explain to them like, y'all are using the Sambo style. So it's even worse that you are black people dressing up in the Sambo style, and then you allow white people into your club, and the white people in your club are also being allowed to rock the Sambo style during motherfucking Zulu. So no, that is its own problem, but that's not necessarily in our realm of approach, like trying to distinguish what's appreciation versus appropriation, you feel me? Right. I feel like when we talking appropriation, though, the main thing I always think of is the fact of, I think of it like this. You look like if a more powerful or bigger bass look like a smaller bass and what they doing, and you shit on them for like a concept or a custom. You feel me? You shit on their custom, you shit on their custom, and to the point that it's almost demonized that you shit on the custom. And the custom is within the spot that you're the majority of. You're the bigger power. The bigger power could be white people and black people. The bigger power could be straight people and gay people. The bigger power could be whatever have you is the bigger versus the smaller. But if you're the bigger power and you demonize the custom in the land that you run, and then you take said custom and then turn around and make money or try to make it like it was your custom after you done punked the motherfucking original creators out of they shit, that is appropriation. No intention behind that is pure.
Right.
But if it's just a level of like, okay, damn, I like black people. I love listening to hip hop music. I want to make a freaking dissertation on hip hop music. I want to rap and shit. To me, like that's appreciation of the culture. You want to rap, you study the shit. You're not making a mockery of the shit.
Right.
You
like
fighting,
if you like really like it.
Intent matters in all things. Context matters in all things is where I would go with it. And I feel like it can become case by case. Just seeing a white boy with a bush wig ain't gonna set me off. His demeanor and how he carrying that shit.
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean? And also what may come out his mouth is gonna...
It's definitely what comes out his mouth.
It's gonna determine...
You got a twang, swang, slang that I feel is inappropriate.
Or put on. Because they got some white boys with some twang. You hear me?
Yeah, some white boys with some twang.
You hear me? But if it's,
you can tell though.
Yeah, you can tell.
Discernment is
You can tell the niggas. You can tell the white boys from where Popeye from, and the white boys from where Drew Brees family from.
Popeye, son?
Remember Popeye off of Oh wait, all right. So y'all, there's this thing called New Orleans, like Bourbon Street Exposed, something like that.
The West Bank nigga.
Yeah.
There's no way you gonna just this is going off the top.
And that's why I'm about to break it down, you know what I'm saying? So this is white boy. If you go to their videos on Instagram, there's a white boy named Popeye. And he, to me, is one of
He's a naturally hood white boy. Again,
he's so funny, though.
Naturally hood white people exist. You still can't say nigga, but we understand your existence is here. But they got motherfuckers who want to put it on, and I don't like that shit. But anyway, see, I told you, it's going to be a side B and side A. We didn't even get through the scroll, and we already on some shit. Shouts out to the We'll Figure This Out podcast, the Mrs. and the Mike podcast, who next weekend.
That's what we going in attack.
We're linking up and doing a crossover with them next Sunday.
At their place, right?
Whenever she give me the information, yes, we're going to their domain.
We leave
they still have not answered whether it's a weed-friendly environment, Joe, so I'll let you know.
Man, fuck!
I'll let you know. But shouts out to the Mrs. and the Mike podcast, the Shook Assassin Sarcasm podcast, the 50420 podcast, the Home Video Hustle podcast, and one time, because I just listened to, 2 podcasts I'm about to shout out. The Peanut Gallery, because my dude Peanut said he about to have this shit coming out.
Yeah.
You feel me?
All right,
3 podcasts I'm about to shout out. Danny Square, he about to come out. He's dropping his first episode tonight for the Danny Rant podcast.
Okay.
You feel me? Okay. And I actually took some time and listened to my dude Keon's Nerd Shit podcast. Feel me? Where they talk all this nerdy shit. And I was into it, so I'm not as deep into Dragon Ball Z as them niggas is.
I have to listen.
All right, I have to listen.
They're talking about some shit that I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I feel like spoilers is happening.
All right.
But I gotta listen to that shit. I gotta see what's going on.
But one thing I do love, I like the sound of the podcast. I like the chemistry of the podcast. And if you really into some nerd shit, go listen to the Nerd Shit podcast. We add them to the fucking scroll. You know what I mean? Again, if I listen to your shit, I'm gonna shout your shit out. You hear me? Especially if I know you. So that's the scroll.
True.
You did. And all that. So without any other thoughts, because we got a lot to get into today.
Let me stretch. Get
your stretch on. I got a blunt lit. Get it lit. You hear me? Because of course, that's where we let everybody know these are the potty mouth, pothead podcasters. If you have us turned on, it would be really good if you roll one up along with us, because as you know, on this mission and on this flight, we will be getting pretty high in altitude.
Put your kids to sleep.
You dead?
We say fuck a lot.
Potty Mouth Pothead podcast is in the building. We getting into that starter section, side A. Let's go.
Smoke something, baby.
Lying about how much you had made. Rumors and shit that you handmade. Would you buy this if I sold that? Hey, what the hell is my soul at? The American need for American green is America's greed. That's the American dream. Black America too busy chasing white American dreams. But we sleep, so let's everybody eat and repeat. Work, aight. Where the fuck the cheese? Where the mozzarella at? Tell me where it be.
First up in the starter section.
All right, what's going on? Oh,
Nathaniel Woods situation.
Yeah, it's a public lynching.
Nate Woods. Yeah, he got a lethal injection.
So after they said that they were going to let him off, you know what I'm saying? They said they was going to cause I keep saying this, dude. The death penalty, we
it's too finite.
Too finite. We can't handle it. It's too much for us. The death penalty is too much for us. Even though there's a lot of people that do these heinous things. And I often say on this podcast, I'm not against torture. But as far as the actual death penalty, hey, call me a hypocrite. But it's just, like you said, the finality of it. Because
once you kill someone, it's over.
It's over.
New evidence might come out years later, whenever later. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But the thing with this case right here, when I was reading it and going into depth about what happened, I was like, because I believe this happened in
Alabama.
Alabama, right. And
racist as Alabama.
Like that when I broke down how the case went down and how them 3 officers got killed
by a whole other nigga.
And it's a whole other nigga. But I understand law wise, not saying right or wrong. I understand how the game of chess is played in the law court of
Break it down.
Yeah, how him being there was on a warrant looking for him, and he was connected with the drug dealers that he was slinging this shit with, and though he surrendered, put his hands up, didn't fire any weapon. By him being in association and in the same atmosphere in the house, it's almost that he's part of like a conspiracy to have these cops murdered. Because though there was no like overthought plan. There is a sense of he was selling drugs, right? Like all this, everything that led to this moment, these cops getting killed, you played a part in it.
And I will say this.
You know what I'm saying? Now that's the game they flip. Now I'm not saying it's not right or wrong. That's just the game.
That's just the law. And that's what I'm going to. The law is wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why
niggas had
you know,
it's fucked up.
And that's why we can't. But that's what I'm saying. We
let us breathe.
Give us free. But you know,
about to stand up with the handcuffs on these niggas, Martin. Give us free, nigga.
Like, cause that's my biggest problems with the system and police. A lot of times, and we've said it often. A lot of them don't come with discernment. Yes. You feel me? And if we look at this, if we lead with discernment and we come with some empathy in the game of law and dealing with people's lives, especially something like a death penalty, son.
It's just too.
Man,
no, I'm always about new evidence.
They have the fucking discernment. They just don't have it for us, son.
And that's the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's fucking heartbreaking, because when you look at, you killed a man for killing someone that he didn't kill. Let's take that in. Even
that
all that word like, conspiracy and all the shit that they taught us to what conspiracy to commit murder is. But the actual fact is you're giving this man a death penalty for killing people he did not kill.
Also,
he also did not tell anyone to kill.
And this is also what I believe too. Because he got convicted 10 out of 12 jury. Like I think anything with dealing with someone getting a lethal injection has to be a 12 out of 12.
They are throwing a book at him, son. Like that is all it is. They're just making this nigga an example, son.
No lethal injection, like we can't handle it. Like it goes back into like when we be talking about like human nature, we're flawed. You know what I mean? Human beings are fucking flawed. So there's certain things like how we talk. Sometimes we speak about a religion. I'm like, dog. When I'm looking at the Bible, they can't be. Human beings can't be trusted to be in charge of any perfect thing, because our flawed asses by nature will, in fact, infect the perfect thing. So if you think that the Bible is absolutely not flawed, you're tripping, because humans have put our slimy hands on it, and we fucked up what might have been divine at some point. Yeah. You feel me? I ain't saying it was never divine. I ain't saying they got no divinity inside of it. What I'm saying is
humans are flawed.
Our flawed asses saw that could be used as a weapon, and you cannot tell me that we did not weaponize it. So you have to have your own discernment when you read the shit. Correct. You hear me? True. Don't just go in thinking it's gonna be black and white. Yeah. Because humans have fucked with it. Right. And it's the same thing I'm saying when we talking about these laws, and we talking about something like the death penalty. That's some God shit. Whatever you want to define God as, that's some God shit that we should not even be in control of, because there's a certain hypocrisy underlining how you gonna kill somebody for killing somebody. That's like
that's the whole eye for eye notion.
Morally, that's corrupt.
And it doesn't solve anything.
Not a thing.
Like, because we're like only thing it solves at any kind of level.
Ain't no punishment to be had.
Only punishment is that he's off the taxpayer's dollar.
Here go the deal, dog. This is what I would give them.
That's the only thing.
That's not even a punishment though, because we pay more in tax dollars on stupid shit,
dumb shit.
Like
I would like if there was a way, if we had the science, if we had the technology, if we
have the machine,
if we had some way of specifically and actually exactly knowing what happens to people after death, right? And you knew that wherever they go after death is worse than here, and that's okay, we could do death penalty because I know for a fact they're going to suffer. You don't know what the fuck is happening. I know for a fact if you keep them alive, they're gonna suffer, because I can visit their ass. Oh, that nigga still in jail? Oh, that nigga still not having that freedom. He fucked it up. Yeah, that nigga being dead for all I know, what reincarnation exists? Then you get that nigga a fresh slate. You helped him out. Right. He was in a bad way in this life, and you just gave him a boom.
Nigga said, all right, there's a real restart for you.
Yo,
what you just said was basically
white man.
We as
with money,
dude. So like we as human beings, we would literally have to solve the mystery of life in order to essentially have the right to take it.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense, dog. So when we see, like you said, it's a public lynching, we got niggas like Dylan Roof still running out here. We got the white chick who shot a nigga in his fucking house and she getting 10 fucking years. Right. 10 fucking years and she point blank, period, killed that man.
And they had all the discernment in the world.
My G. Man. And you can't look at a nigga like this man Woods and be like, well, he didn't pull no triggers. He didn't sign off for no murders. He didn't say go do it and say, you know what? Let's just leave his ass in jail. We didn't say let him go. Just leave his ass in jail. Same shit that we was on with Tukey. Tukey was inspiring thousands of motherfuckers behind bars. So we like, you know what? Just let his ass live. Just leave his ass in jail.
Right.
Like, come on. It makes no sense to leave this nigga alive, living in jail, but see, inspiring people and still not having the freedom because he did make that mistake versus murking him.
That law is based on human emotion, in my opinion, dog. Because it has no sense of what is going to benefit to actual society. It's just based on all right, dog, you took their family out and they want blood, so we got to give them blood. Mm-hmm. And that's just it's so barbaric.
Arcane. It's old school.
Yeah, it's very old school.
Old school.
It's so archaic.
It's archaic.
And it's so fucking medieval. But it's something that we really should let go of, because the thing about life, especially in America, is that we have evolved so much technology-wise, but spiritually and mentally, we are still set back in so many distant ways. It's like we evolved technology only to encourage our old beliefs.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, because we gotta weaponize everything. But my question is this here: what do we fucking do?
It said go into the vote. You know what I mean? And that's the most classic thing of almost somebody I put up there, I was talking about this on Facebook about how it's so unfortunate that Congress is so old and they don't got no term limits on it, no age limits on their shit, and so we just keep having these same regimes and same mind states remaining in power. And even we look at who running for office right now, it's two old ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Two old white men.
You're talking about one of the biggest flaws in the whole
whole fucking system.
But the
deal is this. The other side of it is this: old people vote.
Yeah, they do. They get
young
early.
People don't. Young people talk. Old people vote.
I think young people are voting more now.
But it's not on this grand rise. It's just a slight bump. Somebody got me to
last time young people voted was Barack.
It's a slight bump, and it's not consistent whatsoever.
Last time they really voted was Barack.
And so generally speaking, dog, the fact that young don't vote, old keep old in office, and I'm like, dog, I can't trust a nigga in office that will remember being okay with racism and slavery and see, you know what I mean? That's they got certain shit that I'm not gonna blame you for your culture of that time specifically, because you're also a victim of that. But I also don't want you in power of me if you came from that culture that we've evolved through. There's something about your unconscious I feel like it's still gonna have certain wiring that you can't help at times. And when motherfuckers' lives are on the line, I need some more color, some more flavor, some more options in the midst of all that.
Overall, we really just need some young blood in the whole system.
Young blood, somebody with colored blood, melanated blood.
Yeah.
Gay blood, options.
Yeah, we need just more options.
We need more than old white men, though.
Right, we need more than old white men and women in office and running.
We ain't old white women.
They got some old white women, you'll be surprised.
I'm talking about presidency.
Not presidency, but he's in them chairs.
I mean, there's some chairs, there's some old white women.
That's what I'm saying. All these old motherfuckers, keep some, because you do need some for wisdom. I understand that and experience. I ain't trying to be ageist, but what I'm saying is, my nigga, we have, when you look at the amount and the number of people that's in Congress.
All of them, past 60. All of them been in that chair for 20, 30 years. And all of them been with them same laws. They've been kicking since the 60s and shit.
And you're making legislature and rules and creating a world that you won't even live to see.
That's the fucked up part about it.
Ain't that some shit?
That's the twisted part about it. Because
you're giving,
you're not gonna see this world, but you know what kind of world you want it to be.
I mean, I don't think they even think about it that deep.
Shit.
I don't think they think about that either. What I think about that they think about is just job security and just passing down their money to their personal families and just keeping that shit going.
Yup, that's simple. I feel like they do that simple. That's selfish. When I say selfish, I don't mean that to judge the selfishness of it, but I feel like that's what it is.
We just want to keep it generational.
Yeah, and I think
we just
want to stay in power.
House.
I want to stay in power. I ain't trying to up my spot. I want my spot. It's the only thing I know.
Dynasty going. It's a whole.
And them niggas do have a dynasty. Them niggas do have a dynasty because niggas just don't be running for presidency without having some kind of pickings early in the game of life.
But what we're talking about,
or Senate or Congress, like everything in high power, like Senate and House.
Yeah, like all of it. That's what I'm about to say.
All not just know each other's families. All these niggas know each other's kids and grandkids. Them niggas' lives are set since day one.
It is a club, son.
And you have to break the regime, and that's why Bernie most likely will not win because he scares the regime. As old as he is,
Yeah.
his ideas and the way he go about things scares the regime, and he also don't know how to talk to moderate black folk. And
He's just not a good candidate, though. He can't be president.
he's somebody who can be a good vice. But Bernie just seemed like a good vice president to some young upstart.
That's
a
a fucking ticking time bomb waiting to go off.
I feel like some young, like let's say AOC was running and Bernie was her running mate. I'd be like, okay, I'm curious. As young as ass is, I'm like, curious.
Bernie would do some stupid shit like put Killer Mike as his running mate.
That would make me
No, you
angry.
wouldn't. Killer Mike is a tool for him. But
That's fucked up. No, he's not.
I don't mean tool as the negative way. I mean like a means to an end. Like Killer Mike helped him try to connect with young black voters, and it worked. He got a lot of young black people behind him. It's
But
just
Biden got the old black vote.
exactly like
Because
again.
he cool with Obama.
He is, and
That's how black old folks got
and
that
unfortunately, Bernie recently said that, and he shouldn't have, because with his record would not been with condescending to black people at times. You basically saying us as a monolith, like the reason why you don't have black votes is because of that.
That was
And
not for you to say.
It's not only that, but it's also not taking your lick on. That is a partial reason, but there's other reasons why your ass ain't strong with black people. It's not. It's not just that.
Right.
Like you also screaming about how niggas all we need is jobs and
Stop,
shit
you
like
can't
I was
pass the
about
buck.
to say, yeah.
You can't. And the thing is, I would rather Bernie to Biden though. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted.
Because Biden just feel like a blue Trump to a degree.
Biden, do you know what
Yeah.
Biden does? Biden is like a nigga that's like, listen, I'm trying to just do this shit and just like, I'm trying to live this life right quick. And I'm gonna help everybody I can now, but I ain't really giving a fuck about nobody like that. I'm giving a fuck about me and mine. Not even the lobbyists. I feel like Biden is like, man, I'm about to hook up me, I'm about to hook up Obama.
He's
And that's
moderate, my nigga. Like, he moderate to the point that some of his shit kind of fall to the right at times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm not with. I'm a left-ass, progressive-ass nigga. So when I see niggas going too moderate or too to the fucking right, I get nervous. Like, damn, nigga. Like, y'all ain't letting women have abortions and shit. At least have the choice to have it. You make my nerves bad. You the type of nigga that ride with. I ain't changing that shit. Nigga, no, you need to try to change that shit, blue man. You know what I mean? There's a certain shit he be on, and there's certain things in his past that's just hella racist. And I'm like, I understand a lot of y'all old white people was doing racist shit, but damn, nigga, like the shit that we look like Charlamagne says this on the Breakfast Club all the time. We rode on Hillary for the 94 crime bill when Biden wrote the bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, he got a lot of suspect shit he do, and a lot of perv shit he do, and a lot of shit that just feel like, my nigga,
It's very weird.
you don't feel like change. Like, one thing about Bernie, he's flawed, but he do feel like something different.
He do feel different. I wanted Elizabeth Warren.
You know what I mean? I like Warren too.
I liked her too.
But she wasn't sexy enough. And I don't mean looks. I mean
Her
sexy,
feel, her
pizzazz. Bernie is sexy. The things he says is
Yeah,
sexy.
but she
Trump
would've got
is
that
sexy.
fucking job
He's
done.
controversial.
Yeah, dog. Elizabeth Warren. But
Sorry, dog. It's a popularity complex. It's a popularity thing, and she lame.
It is.
And
It
she
is.
lame.
It is
Quote,
a
unquote.
popularity contest for sure.
And she lame.
You cannot. Yeah. I mean, fuck.
And I'm not saying that from me. You know what I'm saying? The grand scheme of popularity.
I
I don't think she's ultra lame.
No, I don't think she lame at all. But what
I know
I'm
what you're
saying
saying
is,
is, like, in the
the
public
general
eye, in the
opinion.
eyes of the public.
Yes.
Yeah.
She wants
yeah.
swaggy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Barack
Okay.
was swaggy. Trump is
Yeah.
swaggy.
Hillary was
Yeah.
swaggy.
Yeah.
Hillary ain't
Yeah.
swaggy.
She like,
That's why
Hillary's
she
not
lost.
swaggy.
Because if
No,
she was
she not swaggy.
swaggy, she would have
She
beat
wasn't
Trump.
She has
You
no
feel me?
juice.
So-
but she did have that pit bull attitude that I liked about her.
The thing about it is, dog, it's difficult being a woman running for some of power because we all programmed to hate women so hard up. You feel me? Or not take them seriously. So to be a woman running for that, you're going to have to be a swaggy ass woman. Just like to be a black man to win it. You know, look, it's Barack Obama. He was almost a definition of swag.
Yeah.
That he had to be that sexy
It was
to
high
get
level.
there.
Yeah, that was high level.
The average black nigga ain't Barack.
I ain't gonna
Nah.
lie. So when I watched some documentary of Shirley Chisholm, she was swag as a motherfucker when she ran for presidency. I was like, dog, in a different time, she could have won.
No, bruh. Shirley Chisholm was too teedy.
I don't think so.
She was too teedy for the white public, my nigga.
Like back then, I think that he was sitting like now. I don't know.
Son.
Oh, that
The black
first
woman-
lady.
the first
no.
black woman that ran.
Man,
she had the
dog.
wig. She had the freaking church
Right.
lady glasses.
No.
She was running.
It was
Like, I
not
loved
her.
it. I loved her, but she
She
like
even said though, like I know I cannot like
Win.
this.
I'm here to
like
pave
this
the
is
way.
just to pave the way.
She was intelligent
I
as
respect that.
fuck,
Yeah,
too.
she's
Yeah,
smart.
she was very
But
smart.
when I'm saying sexy is like, you know what I mean? And some of it do have to do with aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like AOC in like about 15 years might have a real shot because she pretty. And I ain't going and if you pretty and you cool and you saying the right shit at the right time,
You have a strong shot.
you have a strong
strong
shot.
shot. That's how simple this shit is, dog.
Bro,
like
really?
if like
Trump
that's-
made it by being charismatic.
Bruh,
and
that
controversial.
counts. That shit counts in this country,
Man, that
son.
shit look like TV for real.
No,
Bruh,
that
politics look like
dog,
TV.
He was
popularity?
entertaining.
Bruh.
That's how he won.
That shit
Barack
is
was
potent.
swaggy. Bill Clinton was swaggy.
Bill
Even
Clinton had
George
sex
Bush is
bomb.
charismatic. His dumb ass
Yeah.
got a dumb ass charisma.
Right, he was
about
dumb.
Yeah.
It was dumb
him. Like,
charisma.
oh, go George.
Yeah,
It
go
was like
George.
it was unbelievable. It was
Like,
like,
his daddy
like
had that
really,
charisma.
dude?
So it's like all these things,
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, swag. It's like, dog, all that shit matters. And I'm sorry, my baby Elizabeth Warren didn't have the juice.
She didn't
She
have
was
juice.
just too much like a librarian, huh?
Too librarian,
She
even
was
though she was
librarian.
knew
I
her
I
shit.
liked her though,
said,
dog.
I liked her
loved
a lot,
her.
son. I wanted her to win, son.
Sorry,
I
I
thought
loved
she was
her.
gonna rock the house.
People suck, son. Dog, people fucking trash, dog. Y'all be hating on my fucking girl, man.
People suck.
That girl's smart, man. Like she had some decent
And she ain't endorsing
ideas.
nobody. I ain't hating.
Fuck.
She like, I ain't about to lie. I don't like none of these other niggas.
Come on.
I like that. Like
Some people
she
mad at her.
like,
Like they was like, you should make your base follow Bernie. One, Bernie did not make his base follow Hillary. Two, that lady said, I'm not lying. I don't fuck with what them niggas is on.
Son, I respect, dog. I
She was
respect
like,
that,
nigga
dog.
said, so,
like,
so who you rolling with? My clan.
it's me.
But you out the race. I'm now mine. I'm still running in
I'm
my
still
own
running.
way.
You get all my fucking respect, Elizabeth Warren.
This is the North.
she could've
We're
made
gonna
it.
stay the North. All right? Ain't nothing changing that. No Lannister, none of that. We the
Said
North.
Lannister. Next up, man, one
What
thing that
else?
you were speaking about was old ways, old mentalities. And that's what this next topic really brings to the forefront, man. On this show, this hot new Netflix show, Love is Blind, that everybody talking about.
Love is blind.
This cat, Carlton Morton, apparently he didn't let the girl know, because apparently they set you up with people before you even meet them, some shit like straight blind date shit. And he is a bisexual guy. He didn't let the girl know before they started dating and all that he was bisexual. So of course when he finally told after they was already dating and possibly seemingly on that track to being, I guess, married. I don't know what the fuck, because I don't watch the show. I'm not about to pretend like I watch the show. Because the point is that, like, there was this big argument that started this huge conversation all over the social medias about bisexual men, about dating bisexual men, about a term that's rising called biphobia and the like. And it's just been a very interesting purview to look at. You know what I'm saying? I was talking off, like, me and D, we've been talking about this shit a lot off mic. And like it's a funny thing, dog. I wrote a post. I was gonna write a post, and I told them how to write a post because I'm seeing certain hypocrisies and certain blind spots. Now, anybody that know me, anybody that follow me, whether it's on the social medias, whether they've been listening to this podcast, I am a strong purveyor, champion of supporting black women specifically. I'm all for supporting black women, but like, you know what I mean, because I feel like a lot of times black women are superheroes in the black community. When you're talking about who usually have the empathy, who usually, like, if a black boy gets shot in the street, black women. But who started Black Lives Matter? A black woman. Who started the Me Too movement? A black woman. Like, a lot of times, like, they the ones who put the capes
They're
on.
at the forefront.
Who
Black women,
who was the
black
main
trans
ones
women.
trying to ride for the LGBT before niggas like us even could see it? Black woman. That's my gay friend. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? So black women, usually I'm like looking up to black women. We was all here mainly raised by black women.
We were all rooting for you.
So it was like, generally speaking, like, because I often get shit because I said this on a podcast. When I'm riding for black people, oh, he's so pro-black. Some of the white people like, he's so pro-black. When I ride for gay people, oh my God,
He's a straightophobe.
He hates straight people. He's riding for gay people. When I ride for black women, oh my God, he don't like niggas. He just ride for black women. He just love women. He just try to get pussy out bitches. And I always feel like the trigger of the one is like hit dogs gonna holler. If you feel a way, because I'm all about equality, that's what I be on. I've been explaining this many times before. If you're a quote unquote woke in one arena of oppression, you should be able to see the facets in the other arenas of oppression. I can't be like I'm trying to get black people with civil rights on and ignore, damn, that's really similar to gay rights. Whoa, that's really similar to women's rights, women's suffrage. Well, that's really similar. Boom, boom, boy goes down the board. So when I can see all these areas, if I'm going to ride this area, I'm going to ride for all them areas because it's the only thing that makes fucking sense to me.
Injustice anywhere
is a threat to justice everywhere. It's that real shit. So
I can't believe I said that.
That's real nigga shit.
That's real shit.
Which is why this blind spot pains me so. And you heard me when I look at it, because this is a blind spot specifically from my observations of the hot button topic in the conversations
and I've been seeing, and I've been seeing other threads on the same topic. Like after you posted that, having like separate conversations about the
400
shit.
some comments.
It was like 400
echo
comments.
chambers like
and
popped up everywhere.
And what's funny is the point was missed so many times because motherfuckers was getting on the defensive, and it was so funny because that's the thing, dog. It was almost like a funny a science experiment to check out, because being a person that's very vocal online about my beliefs and opinions on things, I often draw the ire of people who feel differently. You feel me? So if we're on the topic of misogynists, if I'm going debating back and forth with a misogynist ass nigga, there's certain things that they say. If you're going back and forth with it's so funny though. Like when you going back and forth,
similar stories.
When you going back and forth with someone that's ignorant to something, whether it's racism, whether it's homophobia, whether it's misogyny, to a point they start saying the same shit.
Oh yeah.
Logic is escaped. There's no like you'll be like, here's logic, no logic, because emotion is involved.
Right.
You feel me? And when emotion is involved, and when there's a blind spot to this thing, that's
the only thing it can boil down to.
You can poke the holes in it. So it tripped me out when I'm seeing women that oftentimes on so many other topics, like these other topics I named, have a nuance to the conversation, have a context to that, have an empathy to the conversation when they defending this and that. For whatever reason, when it came to the conversation of bisexual men, all of that nuance. Well, a lot of them, I won't say all. A lot of that nuance, a lot of that empathy, a lot of the understanding is like it was just as lost as talking to a racist person or homophobic person or a sexist person. They was looking, the through lines was looking so similar. Now it was like tripped out, like wow, this is a blind spot. That conditioning run deep, and like
there were a few women who kind of did accept it and was like, well, wow, like I never really thought about it like that,
and some already was defending it. And some was, but it's like how, there's a lot of things that black men and men in general are trash at. You know what I mean? We're trash a lot of times on conversations of homophobia. We're trash a lot of times on conversations of transphobia. We're trash a lot of times on sexism. Like, you know what I mean? If we talk about the general, because I often linking it back to we all get taught the same, get indoctrinated in the same way from the same idiot box. Every American here is going to have some racism, some homophobia, some sexism, some of all of that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Male and female get fed all of it. That's why some women be riding for shit that they don't even realize is really against your best interest. But you've also been taught the patriarchy and the bullshit. We've all been taught a lot of fucked up things, and part of growing up is unlearning the fuckery and really trying to find a way to what's fair, what's right. You know what I'm saying? So of course there were some women, of course, that got it. But like when I'm speaking about this blind spot in black women, I've never seen such a blind spot in any other topic in that base than this.
It's very weird.
I've never
because it's like no one really knows the reason why.
I know, I understand the reason, because that's the thing. When I wrote the post, I was trying to shed light on the reason why, because, and that's my only deal with trying to talk about and discuss the topic, wasn't to say, hey, all black women, you need, because that's nothing to, this woman put out this post saying, it does not make me biphobic if I refuse to date bisexual men. And I read the post, and she kept on saying how she ain't biased, but all I read was bias. I read such a strong bias. But like,
biased.
but like, I read the article and I couldn't get through the full thing because it was like so laced with, like, every time she's like, every paragraph, I'm like, wait, logic gap. You know what I mean? It was beating me in the motherfucking face. You heard me?
It was really a bad argument.
It was just
a totally bad argument.
And the thing is, my whole deal was, there's certain things that we can undo in our conditioning, and there's certain things that we just can't. You feel me? But I still want you to be very aware that it's conditioning involved. So when we teach the next generation, we give them an actual choice. See, we don't really, like, certain things we have choices on when it comes to preference, and certain things our choice was taken from us before we even realized the choice was taken. And on that topic of bisexuality, there's a certain, like, these women be like, I'm just choosing not to. No. You really don't have a choice. You was indoctrinated to believe that a man that fuck with a man is not a real man. Men was taught that. Women was taught that. When you start about what you think a real man is, you was taught one that does not deal with other men.
Right.
Same when I was taught what it's like to be a man. I was taught ain't gonna be no little sissy ass, no little soft ass, all that bullshit. Right. We were taught some homophobic shit. It does not make you a homophobe, but it's a lot of our teaching is laced with homophobic shit. People hear the words and they like, you calling me evil? Oh,
right.
No,
you're not a homophobe.
know.
Listen.
But the things that's happening.
You're a miseducated Negro.
We are all. It's all of us. We all got indoctrinated with this shit. So when you gotta go into it, looking at it and understanding that. So when you, like I said, when we teach the next generation, we teach them the real and not what we are victims of. But I use myself as a does it go to me? I use myself as a freaking example. As much as I ride for gay people, I always take licks on anything that's real. I will never be fake. You feel me? As much as I ride for gay people, as much as I'm an ally, like a motherfucker, dog. You hear me? I'm vocal. I ride out everything. You feel me? There's certain things still in me that if a gay sex scene comes on the TV, I can't watch it. I can't take it in. If niggas be making out for too long, like I can watch them kiss, and then after a while, there's certain that thing is like I don't really want to watch this. It's because that indoctrination, that conditioning. I grew up not seeing that. We grew up not seeing that shit, so we was not made to make it comfortable.
Like,
you know what I mean?
We didn't see it, and what we was taught was that shit was wrong.
To go against it. So you got both of those things working in your brain, you feel me? So no matter how much shit I learn, how much shit I become cool with, certain things,
takes time,
certain wiring is still going to be there.
Carter G. Wilson said it took him 30 years to unlearn what Harvard taught him in 4.
Come on, son.
You know 30 years.
And that's some real shit.
So, dog, for you to change not just what you have in your own birth, but this is something that's also been passed down at this point, but through genetics, because it's going through a history of time of being this homophobic.
Conditioning is deep.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is deep. Some part of the DNA, damn near.
Almost, dog. So when I'm talking to my black women in this situation, I'm saying, yo, I want you to pick. I'm not trying to change you because you can't change. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what keep happening is you keep giving all these excuses and false justifications for why you won't date bisexual men, when at the end of the day, it's linked to this shit. Right. You feel me? It's linked to some homophobic shit we was all taught. It's linked to some shit you can't change. Like, some women say, it just turns me off. And I say, well,
I understand why. After all these years of being told it's going to turn you off, but it's naturally going to turn you off at this point.
But on top of that, if that's your answer, I take that answer more so than you giving me this long justification about how some preference of this thing. When at the end of the day, you can't look at a nigga and know he bi.
I think.
So when you say I'm not attracted to bisexual men, how?
How? Right.
You don't know.
How
you don't know.
You don't know.
You feel me? And the thing is, a majority of y'all have dated bisexual men. And you just don't know it because he didn't tell you, because the climate that we live in, how we other bisexual men, particularly, because it's funny.
He ostracized himself.
Nigga, in the whole LGBTQ, everybody is making steps forward. Some are mini steps, like trans people making mini steps. Gay people are kind of making bigger strides. But the bisexual man,
dude?
He ain't making none.
Especially the bisexual black man.
Specifically, the bisexual black man.
He making steps backwards.
No strides are being made on their behalf. They're basically erased. They're other. And we can have the capacity to understand bisexual women, or not even bisexual full blown, bi-curious, or let women have the opportunity to experiment to see what the fuck they on.
Yeah, that's
big
double standard.
Yo, and I'm saying, women, look at that double standard is all I'm saying. If you can see that double standard and you can't see how, if we're on this equality kick, if we saying we all human beings, we talk about equal pay. And there's certain things that y'all argue for that if you arguing against this shit, you're being hypocrites and you don't even realize it. You feel me? If you really stand for these other things you claim you stand for, and you can't see from a humanistic view, it's unfair.
Right.
Logically, there's a hole. That's all I'm saying to look at. I'm not saying wake up tomorrow and suck the nigga dick that fuck niggas. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying look at the logic.
Look at this shit.
Because there's also levels to this shit. Because the thing is, even when you talk to some of these women specifically, my nigga, it'll trip you out. They'll be like, if they even found out that they nigga did something.
Like in the past.
Even if he didn't even fuck a nigga.
Right. He just like did anything.
He did anything with a nigga, dog.
Anything.
If he felt like he liked a nigga. Not even if he did anything, but if he felt like it when
that
he
shit
liked
flips
the
a
nigga.
fucking switch, though.
And I go back to the irrationalism when we talk about racism, when we talk about homophobia, when we talk about sexism, how some of the irrational shit, when you talk to actual bigot, when you talk to actual bigots, and how when you try to put their reasonings together, it doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. Black women, in this particular topic, we're trying to put your reasonings together, and the only thing that makes sense is the conditioning aspect, as far and also the fear mongering and the statistics about AIDS. That's another deal. You feel me? That fear is ingrained in them like motherfucking hell. Like hell in Christians and shit. So they be like, that whole ball of, I feel like if I touch a nigga, that might touch the nigga, I might catch something.
I might catch a disease.
But the thing is, that is a secondary thing. The main thing is the first thing we talked about, because end of the fucking day, I go to that secondary thing. If you really care about catching AIDS that bad, you would be that anal even with your straight partners.
Correct.
But
Right.
y'all would rather date a nigga that's fucked 100 niggas than fuck with a nigga that might have fucked 3 girls and kissed 1 nigga. And that is irrational and don't make sense.
Right.
If you're talking about you're scared to catch something, if we want to be real.
Right.
So once again, flaws in the logic. And when you see flaws in the logic, look at them. Don't run away.
We
I
just
think-
have to look at
Look
them.
at
That's
them.
all.
I
Just
think-
observe this shit.
Peep
And then
it.
we can move fucking
And we
forward.
can move forward and know better and learn better. You can't unlearn
Right.
it, dog, but just know better and know what it really is, and just, learn yourself up, because it's unfortunate to say we trying to ride for everybody, if you Black Lives Matter, bisexual black men's Black lives should
Yeah.
matter too. And it's fucked up that, once again, even if you're not fully bi, if you even was curious,
Right.
you would write that man off, but you wouldn't write your partner or yourself off when you ate a little pussy that one time? Like, come on. And niggas we don't even look at it the same way. One nigga tried to argue for the women and bring up, man, it's like how we is with trans women. I'm like, no, my nigga, see, you're so skewed that you're not even comparing bi men and bi women. You're that skewed that you have to
Right.
compare
You got
bi
that
men and
all
trans
the
women.
way.
And if that's the connection that you're making, if you think that's the connection that women are making, then we should all see that that's not the right connection. It don't even equal up. Bi go with bi, trans go with trans. If you're gonna make the connection, the comparison, I should say. But we're that skewed. You know what I mean? We're that skewed, and I'm saying, yo, look at it, pay attention. It's kind of
Just
fucked
pay
up.
attention.
I think
That's
We're
all.
not calling you phobic. We're saying it's a
Right.
phobic thought process that has you in the matter of feeling the way you do. Just like it's a phobic thought process for me to feel weird about seeing 2 niggas kissing. It's a phobic thought process for you to completely write him off if he ever, as a human being, found a man attractive. You find men attractive? What the fuck? You heard me? And you like, what you about to say, Joe? I cut you off, son.
I was saying I think Issa Rae captured it very well in the episode that she talked about it on in Insecure.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about this topic, I think about that discussion they have about them, and I think that's one of the best ways if you want to get a quick
And
video.
that dude got his dick sucked, I think.
Yeah.
And she wrote him off because he got his dick sucked.
Yeah.
And that
One time.
One time he got his dick sucked. One time in college, and she was that turned off that she didn't even look. And as I said, go back to, you're trained to not look at these men as men anymore. And I can't make your training change, but I want you to be aware that it's a fucked up conditioning, and don't pass
double
that
standard
on.
than a motherfucker.
It's double standard. It's freaking unfair. Because again, if you scared of AIDS, when you
You scared of downloading
no. Before I get to download shit, if you really scared of the AIDS from the bi nigga, then what the fuck you being bi curious for? Because you could catch it from a lesbian, you could catch it from a chick. You feel me? There's so many levels to the flaw in it, and I'm not saying that your feelings or your
It's possibly
fear.
not your fault because you've been.
It's not your fault at all. That's why I want you to
It's
know
your
for
fault
real.
to recognize it.
It's your fault if you see this, when you see the logic. It's your fault if you see where you could be wrong and you refuse to take your lick. I ain't even saying you gotta change overnight, but at least accept your lick.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Introspection.
Introspection.
That's it. Just a little introspection.
Because what
that's
you
like
about-
fair enough.
Because the DL shit,
Yeah.
dude. Now, first and foremost, because some people is getting this twisted. If a nigga lie to you about him being bisexual, he was wrong for that.
Yes.
That is one. I want that to be the first thing said. But I want 2 things to be true at once.
I understand this.
In the climate that we've created, where y'all have made these men undateable if you know that they're bi, if they lie to you, a part of that is society's fault for conditioning you to be fucked up, but part of it is you're playing into that shit.
Fact.
How we gonna stop niggas from being on the DL if we don't create an environment where
Safe
being
place.
bisexual
Makes
is
you
okay?
undateable.
Makes you clean, makes you dirty now. Like
Yeah.
we gotta make it okay for them niggas to be, because some people say, well, I still think there'll be DL niggas. Yes, there still will be fucked up. People gonna be fucked up, but I feel like there will be way less DL
Yeah.
niggas if we
Yeah.
accepted bisexuality a
Yeah.
bit better
Yeah.
than there
Right.
would be. You
You
can't
can't fix the whole fucking thing.
ever. You can't fix
Like,
the whole of anything.
We can just move this shit forward.
We can
dude.
make things
Like,
better.
better.
That's all. That's not a crime. You hear me? And I'm saying, entertain the idea, or how about not demonize a nigga if you're open about the shit, or just at the very least, teach your daughters to not be fucked up or something. You hear me? I often say, dog, the change starts in the conversation. We're having the conversations right now. And if you feeling like
I remember back in the day, I didn't think there was bisexual even existed. I figured you like the nigga, you was gay.
that's the arcane, that's the way what it was.
Sadly,
if you buy, you get
I
it.
used to say
Nigga,
that shit
all niggas was
the
taught that
time,
shit.
dog. And I mean, just like thinking back on the shit, like that was fucked up shit.
Fucked up shit, boy. Niggas like, he like, niggas? I'll go for how much pussy was after that? Nigga gay.
But I mean, there was there was no talk of a spectrum of any of that shit.
And never not once I thought about niggas in Miami that
like,
could have been bisexual. Who would probably want to say something in but couldn't because nigga just created this space so it's like, nigga, you gay.
But it goes into the education aspect that Devin just spoke on. We weren't taught there was a spectrum.
Yeah, like
there
was no conversation of that shit.
Black and white, gay and straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as we evolve, we learn that there's more to it. There's always more to it, and you gotta be open to new information.
Yeah.
And what we understand about that spectrum, about homosexuality, about sexuality in general. What we understand about sexuality in general has been limited for a very long time, and we got to start being open to the fact that we don't know every fucking thing.
Right.
That there's 7 billion people in the goddamn world, and they're gonna have 7 billion different experiences, and you can't have your life be the one size that fits them. It don't work.
The other thing you said though, son, just being open to new information, son. Like that's also a very difficult thing in and of itself for people to fucking do. Son.
You're right.
Like just per the fucking culture.
Come on.
Like everybody loves to be comfortable in their own thought processes.
And sometimes in their own ignorance.
That.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's a lot of shit we gotta fucking
it's layered.
hack at. Yeah.
It's layered. It's layered, my dude. Yeah, it's just a layered thing, and for me as a person, it's just frustrating to like, you know, I'm logic based, to see the illogic, and you try to tell me that what I'm seeing ain't illogic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to see people be fucked over for no reason, like we ain't gotta fuck them people over. Like there's a better way. There's a better way. Yeah. But what you about to say, Joe? You
no, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Some black woman that's on this subject, take your lick. That's all you gotta do. Take your lick.
And it don't make you evil because it's not your fault. Because that's the thing. That's why people be so scared of being labeled. Because they think
they're not bad people.
Right. You think you're being called evil or bad or dirty.
And when it's like, nah.
But I mean, that's like kind of like narcissistic though, because everybody's fallible. Like you are not perfect.
And sometimes people label when they shouldn't label. Sometimes you shouldn't call somebody. Yeah. You shouldn't make the sum of a person that word. It's really in the middle of that thing that they believe, or that line of thought is specifically of homophobic or the ist or whatever. Right. Not necessarily that the person, that's all of them, but that's what they hear. And that's what gets frustrating, and people get on the defensive.
Right.
And
like,
then we never
no
go
information.
Once anybody felt attacked, they want to get on the defensive.
You heard me? And I forgot this other element that we talked about off mic, D, about how when you really look at the logic of homophobia, biphobia, any of that shit, why do we care? Why do people care so much about what another nigga is doing sexually? That has nothing to do with them. And there's a lot of us straight niggas over time that may have missed out on a lot of really cool homeboys.
We talked about that.
Okay, it was me and you.
Yeah,
really cool homeboys. Just because you care about who he fucking. Who he fucking ain't got nothing to do with you, but because of who he fucking, you ostracize this man when he could have been.
Homophobia left out a lot of your brotherhood.
Dude, that is
love.
That is buried deep within the religious indoctrination, just overall of
that's true. Now we're gonna bring it to our Lord and Savior.
I mean, it's the mixture, and it's a very different gumbo. We've talked about this before when it comes to black culture. Of you throw the dogma and the religious aspect with the slavery aspect, and us men being raped in front of our wives by niggas for power. And we have a very specific kind of homophobia in the black community. Like it's very specific.
It's very specific.
You feel me? It's very potent in a different kind of way. So that's why I'm saying we're not out here to blame. I'm just saying peep.
Yes.
Peep it. That's all I land on. Peep it.
Wake up.
I mean, I'm not the end all be all. I don't even know what to do with everything all the time. But my brain sees things, and I'm like,
hey dog,
just
you
look.
gotta see it.
Yo,
see this.
There's a booger hanging out your nose.
Yo,
there's a ram in the bush.
Pick that booger. Hit that ram, G, because I'm not trying to judge you, but don't tell me dumb shit and expect me to nod in agreement to dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on the strive for all us being better. But anyway, man, I think we done exhausted that one out.
That's fine.
You hear me? Hit us up at FlyWith. Hit us up with FlyWithBats@gmail.com if you have anything specific that you want to say about that. I know it's a potent comment because once again, I wrote out a whole freaking post breaking down the hypocrisy, and it got like 400 comments, and that's a lot of talking. So if y'all out there and y'all feel like y'all yelling at the freaking your phone or your podcast,
I'm sure somebody's yelling at this video right now, son.
Hit us.
Yeah, but
hit us how you feel.
We can chit chat about it.
So you want us to suck gay dick?
Right. Email 1, son. That is the first message.
I ain't sucking no dick that been no other man, but you know one thing I understood from a girl that I understood in the level. She said, "I'm just afraid because I can't satisfy him the way a man could, and I feel like that'll be something I always never get a chance. Like with another woman, I could find other things I can do that probably could top her. But from I don't know what he would want from a man that I wouldn't be able to provide.
That still comes from a place of fear and insecurity. That
it is very fear. It's fear
because
insecurity.
At the end of the day, we human beings, dog. And the
it
thing
is. It's very
you could apply
fear.
that same argument to another woman. They got another woman that's gonna be able to supply. You're gonna be able to.
Yeah, but in her mind, she has a standing fight because that's in her realm.
Son, attraction ain't about the specifics of what that man or that woman is
doing. That's
the
thing. That's
attraction is just attraction.
Individuality.
You feel me? I want to fuck her because I'm attracted to her, not specifically because she has a vagina for my penis to put into her. Mm-hmm. There's something feral. There's something about I'm into that. I'm drawn to that. Yeah. And now the way that I express being that into that is touching, is kissing, is hugging, and it is fucking. So it's not about specifically he can suck a dick better than me or he can do it. None of that is about. It's not what none of that is about. So that like I said, that concept of thought is still flawed because
it could even be about the feeling
it's human to human things. It's not about what this man could do for this man. It's all human. You feel me? Truthfully, dog, like, there's more bisexual people not even say bisexual, again, it's a spectrum. There's more people that fall more middling than on the opposite ends than we even realize. But again, the climate that we've created don't even let them people even be free to even experiment or explore them random thoughts they might have had in their head. It's so deep, dog. People be needing therapy, they have to hide for so long, dog. It's that fucking deep. You heard me? So
long.
Yeah, man. So apparently the baby slapped the woman.
Why, son? This is
let me see the video.
Though.
Somebody said if you say the baby's name 3 times, he's gonna assault you.
He gonna come up in the wild. That's a meme. You gonna pop up.
I'm
from
mad.
You gotta say his name 3 times in the mirror, and he gonna come and assault your ass.
And he apologizes.
He also apologized because the thing is the video.
What happened?
The video dropped, and at first he was saying that and just the thing is, 2 things can be true. You never know. But the video dropped, and at first he was saying that he got hit in the face. And he just reacted and hit the person that hit him.
I can understand that.
Then he was saying that he thought it was a dude that hit him in the face with a phone, and he reacted and hit the nigga. Then he heard it was a chick. He was like, "Well, that chick hit me in the face, and I just reacted." That's what he was on. And then he began apologizing. I people apologizing.
I was like, "Listen, I thought it was a nigga. I was on them drugs." And it wasn't a nigga, apparently. It was a strong woman.
Because at first he was like, man, I'll pay money for the angle. Because his whole deal was it was self-defense. His whole deal was I reacted. And it wasn't like, I see this as a woman. Let me punch her in the face. But the world is, of course, still saying my nigga reacting to things like that ain't the best way.
No, you got to real talk. You got to stop on that, dog. You didn't beat up too many niggas, DaBaby. Like, at what point do you
can't
just
stop? Keep on hitting motherfuckers?
But see, the thing is, dog.
To solve your problems, you did not 20 niggas out. We get it.
Unfortunately, dog, some people ain't ready for fame. And he's lashing out because I'm not trying to absolve him from this because this is fucked up and we're gonna get to this video in a second. But what I'm saying is the other side of it when we talk about not trying to be too judgmental off the dump is like you got famous and I don't know what that does to your brain. And we see different human beings react to that very differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that made me even look at how I judge some of the people I've judged on this podcast about their decisions and shit after fame hit. Because I got to take my lick on. I have no understanding of what that does to the makeup of you when that happens. And the pressures and the expectations when everybody wants something from you and someone's always in your face and the camera's always in your face and someone's always da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know what his man mindset was when he was walking up here to feel like, damn, that danger, boom, let me hit some motherfucking body. That's the only part I'm gonna throw out there because, of course, as we talked about with many other people, nigga ain't with women getting punched in the fucking face. I'm not with that. But I can't help but look at that side is all. But here go the video.
Boom, boom, boom.
They show you where the baby at. Where they gonna show it like they gonna boom the baby. There's an arrow pointing at him with the red hoodie. See this woman, she puts that. She put that phone in his face.
She put the phone in his face
with the light on.
I don't think he knew who that was. I think he just swung
right in his
face.
Boom,
right in his face. It looked like it might have touched him, and then bang. Now.
Wait, do it again?
It's about to go again. They show you about 3 times. I think they about to show you. There we go, right there in his face. it kind of touches him or comes very close, and he punches. Now I feel like you can see that's a chick.
I don't know. I can't tell.
I feel like he can see that's a chick.
I can kind of tell it as well. I mean,
no, I feel like our vantage point. I feel like he can see that's a girl from his vantage point is all.
She got long ass hair.
Now I stand by what I said before about where your mind at about maybe it was a reaction, but again,
baby, you gotta stop sneaking niggas. Where your security at?
Sorry, where's his apology? Here it is.
I'm on the bed.
High as hell.
High as hell.
He was high when he hit her.
Most likely, or on something. All right.
I do sincerely apologize. I do. I'm very sorry that there was a female on the other end of that flashlight on that phone.
Down in his fist.
Keep in mind, I couldn't see you because you got the flash this close to me, which is okay. It's no problem. A lot of people did. They didn't put it as close as you put it. Flashing me, that's okay. That's what I signed up for. That's the risk I take when coming to, put on the show for my fans. It's dangerous. I'm blindsided. Cool. Fuck it. I'm with it. But out of all them fans, how many people know how to zoom in? Just zoom in.
I mean,
so I do apologize. There was a female on the other end, male or female. I would have responded the same exact way. You know what I mean? Of course, I had security in the club. They had their security and shit. But with me, like, I'm a security. Treat fans with respect. I don't like all that rah-rah shit that coming through. Move, watch out, knocking people out. Man, and people pay to be here. You gotta respect them when we move through. You know what I mean? I just wish you would have gave me the same respect in return. You did not give me the same respect in return, baby.
This is a weird apology.
I can apologize publicly. If you don't prefer that, I can apologize privately. I got no problem with apologizing to you. My main thing is just bringing more awareness to shit like this to just keep it from happening in the future. Male or female. Let's just try to, conduct ourselves with respect others, and expect nothing less than respect in return. Because that's what you deserve. You deserve to be respected.
My nigga went to the Kevin Hart School of Apologies.
That shit was hilarious, dog. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was like, I didn't know what boy said. Basically, it's like, listen, I'm sorry that you was a woman, but the way you hit me, that was gonna happen regardless, no matter what it was. That's what it was.
My son, if your people told you to apologize to get ahead of this or to clear your image on some public, or on some shit, you can't also be like, so bitch, if you wouldn't have done, if you wouldn't been in front of my fist. I'm just saying, but I'm sorry. But you flash lights in people's face and you get real close and you don't know how to zoom because you're motherfucking retarded ass bitch.
Then you gonna get knocked out.
Then you gonna get knocked the fuck out. But I'm sorry.
That
you had a vagina. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Had a vagina. It's like, my nigga, you gotta apologize and then all this other shit, you gotta come back with that later. If you trying to bring awareness to, bring that later. Don't put that in the same video as your apology.
Yeah,
that's a different video.
In the same
that's
video.
A later video. That's a different video.
A different video because
man, so I apologize.
Because he can't just have people just doing that to him now.
That's a different video, G.
But that
I feel like nobody knows. You think people gonna be doing that to him? Listen,
I know woman that's like, look, baby don't care.
I'm like, he didn't even say that. I feel like that video spoke for itself. Don't put no flashlight
in my face.
I don't think he was understood on Big Splin. We saw the video.
I feel like he could say that shit though.
So
I feel like you have to. We saw him ball dagger snot.
Yeah, right.
He cocked back. He didn't get that lady some money. So he could. I think he hurt her so bad, dog. The way he cocked back on her.
Male, female, duck, elderly person. I feel like everybody knows not to put a flashlight in the DaBaby face. I feel like I'll turn my flash off if we taking a picture that he allows. Just cause I want him triggered to remember he need to sneak a nigga.
I feel like y'all don't know this nigga crazy.
See, that's the thing, son. Like he said, fame not only what it does to your mind, but also I think we as people don't understand what a person who they really is. Like, we give them so much on a pedestal when they reach fame that we give them this thing of they're this glorious person because they reach success. But no, dog.
Well, his lyrics kind of told you about beating niggas up. I mean, he says it often.
He
He often talks about beating niggas up. And he has a few assault charges. He's been beating niggas up. Like, we know DaBaby about beating niggas up. We need DaBaby to realize, DaBaby, you're famous, you're rich, you're successful right now.
Can't beat everybody up.
Your thought process got to get away from beating niggas up because you gonna fuck. You seem determined to fuck it up, and everybody trying to give you the keys.
Yeah.
But you can't have the keys if you slapping and beating up women, accidentally or on purpose. It's not a good look at all. It's because it's the opposite of that, my nigga. That's all we saying. You too, PleasureP. This PleasureP got caught the same week. I'm like, PleasureP barely have a career. You out here beating up women. What the fuck?
What is PleasureP?
Nah, this is funny though. He was at rallies. aka Checkers.
Well, that boy was at Checkers.
He got into an altercation with a Checkers drive-thru worker that ended with his food on the ground and him hauled away in handcuffs.
Damn.
He was arrested on Thursday.
I told you my Big Buford.
At 5:15 a.m.
He yelled at her through the intercom system for several minutes because there was a mix-up over $60 worth of grub he ordered.
Damn.
Employees claimed he yelled at her more as he was driving up to a window before getting out of his vehicle and approaching her on foot. She says he handed her the money and she handed him his order, but then he pushed her intentionally with malicious intent in the chest with the food he received. That's when she called the police. Cops questioned the singer, and according to the report, he admitted there was a verbal altercation and he threw food, but claims it's not the female worker. The report says P reeked of alcohol and food was seen all over the floor near the drive-thru, and employees corroborated with their co-workers' stories, said he did that shit. This is what
they said, yeah, PleasureP was over there trying to pretty work get his order in and talking about I'm PleasureP, and he shoved the lady in the chest with the food.
Son,
you gotta go to jail. Son.
I'm out with no aggression towards these women.
He gotta go to jail.
Yo, don't believe the hype. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. Don't believe the fucking hype.
They lying.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever they saying is not true. I'm not gonna really explain myself because I don't feel like I have to. But I'm definitely gonna look into what really happened, and y'all will be hearing like the real story of what actually did take place. But come on, man, y'all know I ain't going out like that. I ain't put my hands on no female or nothing crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, have a wonderful day. Me and a boy Baby Blue in here. Make sure y'all get the new Pretty Ricky single. It's called Body.
Yeah. I mean, what y'all heard, that shit ain't real, man. I'm just saying, I don't feel the need to explain myself, but look, I didn't really do that shit. I don't be hitting women enough. I don't feel the need to explain myself because I don't have to explain myself.
I'm gonna check into it like he wasn't there.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, wait a minute. You just said I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it. You were there, son.
I'm gonna see if I hit her or not. I don't think I did.
You don't go sit
but
your
the tape might say
ass
different.
down somewhere, though.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm telling you.
I might have been a private investigator. Did I hit her or not? We'll see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I'm gonna find out if I hit this dog. I hate it.
Hey, listen, when I find out, I'm gonna let all y'all know.
I'm gonna let y'all all know. Next up on
check out the new Pretty Ricky album.
Right, that's what he said.
Called Body.
Got the nerve, son. Then he plugged the fucking single.
He plugged the single, son.
Called Body.
Dude, what a
my body all over your body.
Like, it doesn't get any douchier than that, son.
Me and Baby Blue over here. Baby Blue, what the fuck kind of name is that? I let it go. Oh man, next.
The internet coming from Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, because they stupid, dog. I think
that's the exact thing I said.
Stupid. First they ruled on about her suing her label for the contract situation.
I was like, bitch, you should have read. I was like, damn, son, she can't fight for her fucking freedom and get that money.
And again, one of my Facebook friends said the real. So y'all was riding with Mace when Mace was saying Diddy should blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But when a woman say, okay, I'm trying to have some liberation because my contract situation fucked up, y'all just gonna ride on a woman and then in the same
call
week,
her dummy and tell her she should read her contract and shit like that.
Y'all all became contract experts overnight, huh?
Yeah.
Then in the same week, because you found out she's making a 2.7 GPA, which is a B. That she's dumb or whatever. I'm like, my nigga, wait. Man. She's a recording artist and she's a touring artist. And she's still maintaining a B average in college. And y'all got the fucking nerve, the gall to have anything to say?
Son, you know people gonna say something, dog.
But me and DC
like
was like,
earlier, bro, them people just stupid. Son.
Me and DC was like, so what's y'all job in college?
Come on. What y'all did? What y'all doing?
Half of these niggas didn't even go to college, though. Never seen the inside of a college classroom.
In your current job, are you making anywhere near how much money she got?
No.
So shut the fuck up.
Are you touching her, impacting her, traveling in any kind of level she's on?
Do you know her name? Because you know her name, but does she know your name? Do we know your name? Shut the fuck up. It's goofy. You hear me? It's like
Yeah,
it's more
it's
of
just
that.
goofy.
Y'all just trying to hate on women, hating on black women. Shit, and it's like, come on,
It's lame.
It's ingrained and it's
That
unnecessary.
fucking video she got is dope too. That BITCH.
I gotta catch it.
Dog, she did that flip on that
Tupac song.
Yeah.
I want to be your NIGGA. Yeah.
And that fucking, she did it nice. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, all right, man. When I first heard that bitch like a month ago, and I was like, ooh, this bitch hitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, check that out.
I'm gonna take the video out. Shouts out, okay. Another big thing that was in this is one of the last things we're gonna get into in this section. Pastor Jamal was riding on sage burning. He saw all over the internet talking about
sage burning.
How Christians against people for sage, and if you believe in the sage and you don't believe, I'm like, come on. The thing that was tripping me out about this whole conversation was this. The things that Christians was riding on people who believe in different things like sage burning and other things of that like. You're going against it while defending shit that's just as creepy or just as far-fetched or just as you need faith to believe this.
Yeah.
You feel me?
There was this great meme that kind of like listed
Everything.
like all the
I wish I could find it.
similarities. I was like,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like just let people do
go
them.
sit down.
Like
right.
we ain't said like you know what I mean. You can't say yours is any better than the other when your shit sounds just as trippy. Like y'all drink from the blood. Like they said how rituals. I think I shared it because it made so much sense. Here it is right here. Here it is right here.
It was perfect.
Let me be very clear. Incense, crystals, meditation, supernatural gifts, divination, numerology, and astrology are all in the Bible. Y'all don't believe in sage, but smudging is in the Bible. Y'all don't believe in altars, but go to the altar when the pastor tells you to. You don't believe in rituals, but devouring the blood and body of Jesus Christ. You don't believe in psychics, but pay prophets to speak in your church. You don't believe in spirits of possession, but you look at church catching the Holy. But you at church catching the Holy Ghost. You don't believe in the use of herbs, but you're covering your walls in holy oil, which is made from herbs and olive oil. You don't believe in the law of attraction, but always telling people to speak things into existence. You don't believe in spell work, but the entire Psalms is a book of spells. The Bible says God made everything from the trees to the oceans and the rocks. It wasn't made for aesthetics. It was made to assist you in your life and your purpose. Y'all are so brainwashed, can't even think for yourselves, scared to research and go back to your roots. I don't care what you do, what you believe, but if you're going to be ignorant, at least be quiet. That came from this woman named Raquel Berkeley. Boom, she dropped the mic on all that shit.
Yeah, on all
I bet she don't like bye, man.
One thing I often say, dog, I be feeling like a lot of Christians don't. I feel like a lot of Christians don't give their own God enough credit. Mm-hmm. You feel me? If you say he's that powerful, or she's that powerful and that omniscient and that omnipotent, then you tell me that means there's nothing that he, she, or it can't do.
That sounds like Dark Matter 2525.
But what I'm saying is, if there's nothing that he, she, it can't do, that means if somebody proposed, well, what if God is also in the Buddhism, or what if God is also in the Muslim religion? What if God was so grand that he, she, or it had to be sprinkled in all these religions for humans to be able to get it? And as long as you walk a path that is in some type of belief and some type of recognition, then you're fucking good. But all that judgmental shit need to be left at the wayside. Why is that impossible? Because you told me through all God, through Christ Jesus, all things are possible. Which one is it?
Agreed.
You can't tell me this is for a fact can't be done, and you're gonna tell me your God can do all things. Come on, y'all. We gotta open our minds a bit. I feel like I believe.
Just a little.
I feel like sometimes I believe in I believe in your God more than you believe, and you call yourself the devout one. And one other thing I'm gonna say this too, dog. The reason why a lot of people are turning on Christianity, dog, because there's a certain feeling of being conned. When me and D talked about it. I know me and you talked about this, about how Bible study needs to also be the study of the history of the Bible. The longer that the church runs away from all of the fucking controversial things, the things that they don't want people to know, certain facts and shit.
Why is it King James?
All kind of things that they run away from. The longer that you run away from it and not embrace it and explain it and still bring it into the faith aspect of it, because at the end of the day, you're still selling faith. So whether you tell the truth or you don't tell the truth, at the end of the day, the thing you're selling is faith. So I feel like if you still inform people and you still tell them you gotta have faith, they still gonna choose or not choose to have faith. That's the end of the day. But as long as you try to hide that shit and don't deal with that shit, then we find out these other things that not only make sense, but there's proof for these things. Right. Then people gonna feel like when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real or that wrestling was quote unquote fake. I said this online, dog. The problem with quote unquote looking at wrestling is just as fictional as any cartoon, any television show you watch. But people felt played when they found out wrestling was fake because they thought wrestling was real. Right. It's the same thing with this church shit. It's not the problem. Ain't that some of these things might be suspect, church. It's the fact that you telling us one thing, then we find something else, and you still try to sell us the bullshit. And that's why people start turning or feeling a certain way.
Niggas intelligence.
Exactly. And I feel like if you didn't, you'd be better off.
Let me just put this out there with all this though. if the church does that, if they did choose to like start like talking about the origins of their whole history and everything, they would lose the majority of their congregation. And it like really goes against their whole business model.
I think they believe that, and I don't think that is exactly true, because humans, if you look at how we look at the zodiac, humans are always looking for something to believe in. And I think that's the problem of they don't believe in their own. They don't believe in their own shit enough. Because if you really believe that your God is that deep and is that real,
with that.
If you really believe, then you can tell them the real. Because I know people who know all this shit and still are believers, and I respect the fuck out of them. Because we have conversations, they be like, "Yeah, I remember, I read all that, but my faith is here." And even if that don't line up, they be like, "Because that's my thing too, son. If you didn't teach it as fact, if you taught it as concept or theory, there's theories in the scientific method we still count as fact. People would still believe." But when you feel kind, it make you be like, well, fuck all that shit, when really, we should be like, fuck all of it.
You know what's funny?
But you make me want to say fuck all of it when you don't be real with a nigga and be like, you know what, this did kind of happen, and this was fucked up. This was used kind of messed up. This did change. This author did alter something. Yeah, we don't know if this is exactly true. It's okay to be vulnerable. Because then more people
earlier, just look at it.
Look at it.
I think the Bible... Like
you would have more people, I feel.
I believe the Bible needs to be updated because
they will never do that.
And I say that because it's not like God stopped teaching after all this was written. It's not like we stopped learning from God. And I still believe if there were prophets then there's prophets now, and there's people who can actually evolve the book. But we're not going to get into the level of evolving the book because the power structure's already been set up behind it.
It's set up. It's already set.
Because that's what it was really set for, was the power structure to put niggas in order in place.
And I feel like even the concept of having that book and have people writing, I feel like whoever originated the Bible, that probably was the original intent was as generations. Because the thing is, the Bible wasn't made in the same year.
Right.
That the Bible is a collection of
stories.
Hundreds of
and
years.
I'm like, do the stories really stop now?
But at some point, someone decided to stop it because that was a way to weaponize it. That was a way to have power. That was a way to have control. If we make it finite, if we stop it here, then we can use it in a manner. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying would have been too much like right. You feel me? There ain't no more starter section, dog. We're gonna leave this right where it is right now, man. I have other things, but no, I think we didn't. I told you it's the most A2-faced starter section y'all ever got in y'all life. Shouts out to Dr. Drew for telling y'all the media is overhyping the coronavirus. And that's the last thing that I really had on the plate about shit. But like, yeah, y'all. Let's get into that bats. I'm gonna make this a quick one. Nerd out moment.
Bats. Nerd out moment. Bats. Nerd out.
That's NerdOut moments. That's NerdOut moments. That's NerdOut moments. NerdOut. That's NerdOut moments. That's NerdOut moments. That's NerdOut moments.
So apparently, I didn't know that there was a YouTube series and a podcast for Strong Black Lead. That Netflix whole concept, they have a what you call it, for Strong Black Lead or whatever. And on the most recent episode of their podcast / show, they had Leon on that motherfucker. And Leon was talking about how his most iconic line was improv. And I feel like that's such a
Take
cool
your shot,
fucking
black
thing,
man.
though. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
I love that.
Above the Rim. R.I.P. to
Let's jump. Let's jump. Jump. You talking about above the rim, but okay, we go right here.
Practicing this line for my whole life, maybe give or take 10 years.
Okay, go ahead. Let me have it.
Well, take it to the first or something. I would actually like to challenge you to an Otis off, to an Ain't Nobody Coming to See You Otis off.
But that's not fair.
How not? How is it not?
Because one.
Let's skip this part just for time's sake.
No.
Here we go.
Well, that line wasn't in the script.
What?
No.
It wasn't in the script?
No.
It was improvised?
Yeah.
What?
We were in rehearsals, and I was there rough it the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I found out later my co-stars didn't particularly care for me. But I stayed in that role the entire time, and so I was always, thinking of things and telling the director and producers and stuff and things that I had researched and the way things were, and actually I just said that line in rehearsal, and Alan Arkish came and whispered in my ear and said, he doesn't really like it when you say that. And I turned to him and said, he's not supposed to. I said, did you see the reaction on his face when I said it? I said, isn't that what you want? So.
And that was that.
I just improvised a line, and next thing I know, it's like that line follows me around the world.
That's a challenge.
Yo.
Oh, man.
That's epic. That is epic.
Who knew? I love the stories behind things, though. I find the things
like
to always be fascinating.
Good.
He said he didn't like it. Good.
Good.
Did you see his face?
Make sure you get a close up on his face. And you know what? I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna stop saying it. But I'm gonna say it on the
Say
tape.
it again.
I'm gonna say it when we're shooting.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
That boy bitch.
Bitch ass
Now we look at that camera, that boy like, ooh. It's not in the fucking script, son.
And you know what? I would, and this some insider shit or whatever. Though I would specifically do it when it's his close up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would the whole time. I would never. I would say it probably once on my close up, just so they could catch me saying it that one time, because you gotta catch me saying it. And then I'm like, oh my bad, y'all, it slipped. I ain't gonna say it again. And then on his close up, say it again.
Ain't nobody coming to see
Stick
you,
it to
Otis.
his ass.
Ooh.
His ass
Or
up.
even better, I holler at the director, make his close up first, yo.
Yeah, let's set him up.
Let's shoot this closer. Trust me.
Trust me.
Y'all about to get gold.
Make his close up
All
first.
Right, I'm about to give you a straight.
Make his close up
gold.
first. Because therefore, when you get to my close up, then you already know I'm saying it. You know I'm saying it now.
I want you to get a fresh.
The fresh
I want you to get
first
a fresh. All right. This shit is about to be masterful. One take.
But it was such a great line.
Right.
That was a great
iconic line.
And honestly, I feel like you're a bitch ass actor if you got a problem with a gold in improv.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I don't got like if we talking about we in the freaking moment and that shit work and it work for your character, I will never be like I don't like. No, do it if I don't like.
Deb, you over there, boy.
Like,
boy, David Rock, give me that heat rock with that shit, boy.
My state of mind is this. Oh, this how we playing now.
Yeah.
So if you got you one, best believe somewhere in this process, you gonna get one back. I'm gonna slide you one. I'm gonna slide you one. It's only fair. That's how we have fun. That's how we play.
Right.
That's gonna make your movie. That's gonna make your movie better.
Yeah.
Because now we got all us with our gears sharpened and we going at it. Now that might not be the best way for us to be friends, but at least
get some good ass fucking movie out.
You getting better material with that than a nigga being a bitch saying, hey, can you let him know not to say that line because it's hurting my feelings. It's not hurting your fucking feelings, Otis.
Fucking emotional.
Nobody is coming to see you, Otis.
Right.
Man, we thought David Ruffin really said that shit, bro. David Ruffin rock wide.
He just went grave like,
damn, nigga, I never said that.
I sure fucking should have.
I should have said that shit.
Because I damn sure said it when I walked on stage and said,
I damn
David
sure
Ruffin,
thought it.
And these are the temptations.
I damn sure felt it.
That was so good.
Shouts out, Christian Bale just got cast in the new Thor movie.
That's what's up.
Who's he gonna play?
Some bad
villain.
guy. Villain.
Happy about that.
All right.
The villain.
Wow.
They have a few. I'm not big on my Thor, but there's a few options that they're talking about. He might be, but since they haven't officially cast, they're not saying who he is. We shall see. I feel like Christian Bale is such an amazing freaking actor.
Fucking right.
I know he better
kill it.
Yeah,
he's one of my top dogs in the game. I fuck with
right.
Christian Bale.
And when he's gonna be on screen with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson and all, Natalie Portman and all them, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I feel like it's gonna be a fun situation. Winston Duke, who plays M'Baku in Black Panther, went on record saying he hopes M'Baku turns bad. He wants M'Baku to be a future villain.
Of course, because that's what he is in the storyline.
In the comics, M'Baku was a villain.
Okay.
They flipped it for the film, which is cool, but in the grand scheme, if you're gonna do a trilogy, if you're gonna do more movies,
make M'Baku.
We can see him start turning on the situation. Yeah. I'm with it. And Winston Duke can play.
I feel like the only time M'Baku and his tribe should come back is if someone had destroyed the whole Wakanda again. As soon as they fight that, they back to beefing again.
I mean, and there's a few options that they're talking about with the villain. Submariner is one, Dr. Doom is one. But I wouldn't mind seeing M'Baku be the villain at some point.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I would love that.
There's a Lizzie McGuire reboot happening. The only reason I'm bringing it up, I wasn't like a hardcore Lizzie McGuire watcher or anything like that. But she made a great point. They want to bring it back to Disney Plus and make it PG. And she like, we're telling the story of me being a 30-year-old. Y'all should put us on Hulu. Don't make me have to. Let's not tell false stories of a 30-something under a PG moniker. Don't make us be PG when telling adult stories. That makes no sense.
Right.
You feel me? So I was like, I feel you.
The kids don't watch it because you're not a fucking kid.
I mean, because it's really right.
And adults ain't trying to watch that shit because we're not kids.
Lizzie McGuire is back for nostalgia crowd that's already grown up.
Right.
Them kids don't know who the fuck or give a damn about who she is. So you might as well make a show for, like what she's saying, for the people who's going to care, who's grown now. So yeah, I felt like that's an easy layup. So Disney don't even think that you tripping.
Like, come on now, she gave you a free ski.
The James Bond movie has been postponed for 7 months.
Damn, all right.
Because of the coronavirus.
Oh, damn.
Thanks, coronavirus.
7 months.
Coronavirus ain't playing with niggas.
Thanks.
And last up, the new Batmobile was revealed.
I heard that bitch fly.
It got the feel of like Devin wrote on my story recently how like I still think it to this day, the '89 Batmobile to this day is the best Batmobile ever. They've never topped the 89.
That's the Michael Keaton Batmobile?
The Michael Keaton Batmobile.
That bit's a bad motherfucker.
It's the best Batmobile. But this Batmobile give me a vibe of, they tried to mix the old 60s show Batmobile, which was kind of like this cold ass Corvette.
Yeah.
You feel me? It was swaggy too in its own way. Mm-hmm. It seemed like they're trying to update that look with hints of the Michael Keaton one, but it's still not as cool as the Michael Keaton one.
Not cool as that one, man.
You feel me? But so far, I still think it's a cool look, and I stand by. I want to see it in action because a lot of times people make these overall judgments of things, but then you got to see it in action. We got to see it in post. We got to see it with the right light. We got to see it with the right edit. Because there was this picture of the stunt man in the bat suit, and people started judging the bat suit. I'm like, we're seeing a stunt man in a bat suit in the daylight, out of you know what I mean, out of context, out of like you can't judge what the suit gonna really look like. He ain't been wearing a cape, which lets me know this cape probably CG. There's so many elements that you're missing out on trying to judge before you even supposed to see the shit. You're tasting the pie before it's done, motherfucker. Right. So I'm saying, let's let it breathe. Can we get a trailer? Can we get a trailer?
Right. See, that's what happens when photos get leaked or put out there too early.
Yeah. People just want, and people are more prone to negativity than positive.
People are ready to shit on you. You know what I'm saying? At any point.
At any point in time, they ready. But I'm curious to see this film out, man. It's rumor has it set in his second or third year as Batman. So some things ain't supposed to be all the way put together. It's his fucking second or third year. It's set like in the 90s and shit. So I'm curious to see where it goes. Meanwhile, there's a rumor for the Joker sequel being a possibility of they're gonna have him being at odds with another possible Joker is where they might be going.
That's interesting.
I don't know, the whole Jokerverse. All
these different Jokers, man.
I don't know, the whole Jokerverse. And the thing is, if this Batman movie is successful, you know they're gonna want a Joker in its sequel. Right. And the rumor is they want Johnny Depp, and that his name been attached to a possible Joker forever. Like people want him to play the Joker like forever, really. Yeah. I've never heard a time when a Joker was rumored that someone didn't bring up Johnny Depp, but now, like according to rumors, the higher ups actually are trying to make a play for Johnny Depp if this film is successful. There's a lot of ifs and buts, my nigga. Let this one come out before y'all start.
So y'all put too much information about how y'all want the future to go. Stop showing your hand.
Get this good, because this already gonna be a different take. Because the director, and I have faith in him, because he's the nigga who directed the Planet of the Apes, and those new Planet of the Apes movies are
them bitches are.
You feel me? He's saying he's going for a noir take. He's going for a detective tale, because like Batman is known as the world's greatest detective, but the majority of the movies we don't really see him doing no detecting. So his deal is he's going noir. He's going to different styles, so it's not as superhero-y. So I already feel like we got to go in with a clean slate anyway.
Clean slate artist type mind.
You heard me? So let's see what it is before we try to, jump all these guns.
It already sounds like on release, like a whole lot of people aren't going to be like
satisfied or prepared, right? But, I'm biased, so I'm with it. But y'all, that was Bats Nerd Out Moment. Yo, Joe, what's up with these sports?
Fuck yeah!
Alright, so sports.
Fuck yeah!
We got some shit happening in basketball. LeBron doing his thing, yada yada yada. Baseball still being baseball, yada yada yada. UFC, the women's championship.
So that lady got her fucking face.
Oh, she got rearranged.
What's her name?
Joanna Jedrzejczyk. I don't know the last
Joe D tried to help him. What her name is?
Jedrzejczyk.
Yeah, you know that one got me, son.
Go ahead, take it back.
That's some kind of Russian thing or something, or Slovakian, Ukrainian.
Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
I'm
going with Jedrzejczyk.
Okay. That nigga said it so confident, stupid ass.
I'm going with that confidence.
I look at that nigga like, bitch, you don't know the fucking sentence. But that confidence is G as fuck, boy.
Smooth.
That boy said Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
For like 2.3 seconds, I was completely convinced.
Let's go with it. That's right. Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Come on, Mr. Jezix.
No, she all right. So she's Polish.
Okay.
Polish.
She suffered a gruesome hematoma.
It looked like
Damn.
It looked like Photoshop.
Yeah.
That made it look like E.T.
Big dog, it looked like Photoshop. Her head so fucking malign.
Son, her opponent who kept her belt.
I would think so.
But her eyes were both swole. Like,
Well, it was a fight.
It was a fight, son. It was a brutal fight. Them girls were slugging it.
Go ahead with
Dog, that lady left out that bitch with both her eyes swollen.
Okay.
But she left your girl looking unrecognizable.
Dude,
She had to look like Martin when she was going against.
When he got
Hitman Hearns.
Bro.
That boy, like, she looked like she got stung by.
He looked like Martin when he got stung by them bees with an allergic reaction.
Yeah, like that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Just stop that damn fight. You got the fuck beat out of you like that.
To suffer a hematoma.
God damn.
Deontay Wilder got a freaking rematch coming too.
Yeah, he got. You know what's funny? Like, though he lost to Tyson Fury, and I do believe that suit that was stupid of him to have a 40-pound suit. I ain't saying that the suit didn't affect him, but that was just stupid of him to have it. Like, why would you do that and wear that right before your fight and have your legs, already on? That's number one. Number two, I think that Floyd, he should take Floyd's training.
Floyd, the T is Floyd said he'll help him out.
Floyd said that he'll give him some training to show him how to beat him, and I believe Floyd will teach him.
I believe he could too, dog.
Because the real thing is, dog, Deontay Wilder, you've met someone who outslugged you. So now you need to outbox him.
Because the thing is, in the first fight, it was way closer.
I totally agree.
The first fight was way closer. That's why they had to have the second fight. And the second fight was not closer. That nigga studied. He did some studying on you.
He outboxed you and outslug you.
And bro.
And so now the thing is, you start to realize that slugging match might not be your thing. You're gonna have to outbox him.
You gotta outbox him.
And slug him when you can. Now you really got, and that's the difference between him, Ali, Tyson, and the rest of the champions who've lost. That's I do agree with in boxing. Is that his fighting style is so a little. It's one-sided almost. It's one-dimensional because he has a strong knockout power, but his technique is so sloppy. His swinging punches and the way he leaves himself open is so sloppy. You know what I'm saying? People like Mike Tyson would have instantly got inside his shit and rushed his shit immediately. Because the thing about Tyson Fury is that's the thing that he hasn't matched. Tyson Fury is a little slow.
Yeah.
Because he's so big.
But he's a boxer.
But let him go against somebody that's big and fast like Lennox Lewis.
Oh, he might be fighting against. Who that black dude that's also a champion?
Joshua.
Yeah.
What's that boy name?
That look like a nice little matchup.
Man, he lost against that. He's the one that lost against that Hispanic dude and then won the belt back. Anthony Joshua or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Joshua Anthony or some shit.
But like they trying to set that fight up. They're trying to
no Adrian Broner.
Okay. No.
They're
trying to.
This is the same guy that lost against that Mexican fighter, and then the Mexican lost again.
His name is Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua. Okay. I knew it was two first names.
And he's next up. Possibly if Tyson Fury don't stand up because that fight has been elusive. But
I'm not super familiar with this dude.
I mean they match up.
Cool.
They match up pretty nice.
He cool. No, Anthony Joshua cool. I like him. He just when he lost against that Mexican, and then, he just got a little too cocky in his career for me at that point of his life.
He lost against that nigga that did not look in shape. It looked like he was not supposed to. Remember we talked about
that nigga like he shouldn't even been in the heavyweight
bout. He looked like
round.
a fat ass Mexican nigga, and he beat the black nigga that looked like he was prepared. We talked about that in the sports section when it happened.
When it first happened, we was like, dog, how did this happen?
Yep.
The nigga looked like he been training all his life for this, and the nigga who like he just got off his couch, caught him slipping, hit that ball with the bip 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 bip.
Wasn't expecting it.
Welcome to the WB.
He couldn't continue that though. That nigga got his ass beat in his next fight.
Beat the shit out of. Drew Brees said he could play until he
45. Yep, that was 45. My T section.
I was like, Drew Brees, sit your ass down, son.
Because we about to really lose old boy Teddy.
We about Teddy. No, we are, and it's sad because we don't know where he's gonna go. We don't know where he's gonna go.
Another team nice.
Yeah, I'm mad at that.
What else, dog?
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got to force it.
I don't know. I just gotta think about it because I think I had something. Well, fuck it. Oh, man, what's the Lake Charles? Those girls from Lake Charles. They won the championship, Booker T, for the basketball championship.
Now, my nigga, I gotta let something be known, son. When we talking sports, we talking general sports for people everywhere to feel. These little girls and the little college thing, I don't know.
Nah, fuck that. They some high school champions.
High school champ, I don't know.
Around the.
Shouts out to them, big ups. Anybody get that deep about some high school championships out?
Yeah, we're gonna get deep about it. We're gonna support our young black sisters in this world.
That's what's up. Save for the hero highlight, my nigga. And the next couple of couplers.
All right. Other than that, I think that's it for the sports. Yeah.
All right, that was the sports section.
What's up with any tea?
Only tea I had, and I don't want to get too deep in it because we've already been running long, is there's Bill, and this is his own thing. We're going to save it for side B because I really don't know, have a the topic itself is hard. Arizona House passes bill banning transgender student athletes from participating in girls' sports.
Damn, that's fucked up. Which wants to go into another sports section that they had the first trans cheerleader to come play do a.
I mean, trans cheerleader versus like we talk about trans girls in sports is very different things.
It is different. I just wanted to just throw that out there in the sports realm what was going on.
Yeah, but I'm saying
this
that topic itself is it's a hard one to talk about because there's so many levels and layers to it. Like you're saying, a lot of them trans women that's fighting the natural born women getting their asses whipped. A lot of them trans women been like that's been crazy.
You have to observe.
You gotta see it. Like I don't want to make the world like unfair for trans women at all. Right. But you can't ignore like there's deficits happening.
Yeah, you just can't.
And there's got to be a way to make it more fair. Whether we're talking hormonally, or we talk, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the answer. But and I'm not with certain bills being passed that are only gonna separate us more. So I understand the issue with it. But even though I understand the issue with passing a bill like this, I do understand why a bill like this was passed because we really don't have the answers. They don't have the answers. You know what I mean? Because how do you like again? How do you stop? Like if it's too layered. Like I said, I copied it, I wrote it down, and now I was like, I don't know if I'm even want to talk about it, and I don't know. Y'all got something to say on it? I don't know where to go with it.
I mean, it's just a very layered thing, like you said, dog. Because there appears to be a gruesome side effect to it.
Right.
That just can't be ignored. Like you just can't turn your fucking head to it. So. Something has to be done about it in the meantime until we can figure out a better
I don't know what to be said about that shit.
Solution. Right. Yeah, like
I really have no answer.
I don't have the science, I don't have the background, I don't have the credentials.
I don't have no right. I don't have the credentials. I have nothing to say about this other than people who do, please find something.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring this up. I didn't bring this up. I'm sorry. We shouldn't even be talking about this. Don't have the credentials. This is out of our realm. I don't have the range. Anyway, this was
a trans nigga better fight me. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you want to fight a trans nigga?
I don't know. These niggas.
Huh?
They niggas, yeah, I find a trans nigga.
Man, that nigga wash you. Right?
Hey, listen, son, if I get washed, I get washed.
You feel me? And that's the funniest thing, dog. Like, everybody got all these problems with trans women, but trans niggas used to be chilling.
Because we don't give a fuck about niggas. We don't give a fuck about lesbians that want to be like, that dress like niggas. We don't give a fuck about none of that in the nigga realm because we like this. You want to jump in this dog world? Well, bitch, you better learn how to swim because we dogging over here. Like, it's niggas, we are very accepting.
Everything is so hypocritical. But anyway, this was episode 95, side A of the FlyWithBats podcast. We about to get about here. Hit us up at flywithbats@gmail.com. As we always say, we want you to be part of the conversation. You dig? Us. Follow me at Martin Bats Bradford on the Facebook and the Googles, but at Mr. Bats, spelling Mr. Out, you're going to find another cat on the IG and the Twitter. And for this episode, man, we done a lot of talking. I'm out of here.
And it's your boy D Mac. Like I said earlier, Instagram, FrenchBread.kid, and at Your Dig Brand, and officially at YourDigBrand.com. Peace. See you on side B.
Passe wine, it's your boy AlphaJo, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the road. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. I said a third walk, Posse, get the gag. I said a 7 walk, Posse, get the gag.
Get the gag.
All right, y'all. Holler at me later for side B, side A 95. We out this bitch, man. We almost to 100. I can't wait till we get there so we can stop doing all this side A, side B shit. Because in reality, we had 1,000.
Yeah, we got so many episodes at this point. Hell yeah, man. But see you on side B where y'all can get that etouffee
of the day. Cook it up, cook it up.
That Dose of Nola America. That no, huh?
Bitch, I know you lying.
And that hero highlight. We'll see you on the other side.
Later, alligator.
A little bit, but go ahead and call me a fool while you sprinkle sugar on shit and you calling it food. See, I'm just trying to groove and you standing on the wall with your hands on your balls making crab claws move. Trying to bonk at a dog, but I don't bonk, I just fall back till you think you winning, but you lost in the beginning. Ay. One goal, one thing, one move, and that shit don't change. It's certain. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Ay, there's only one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. And it's certain. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things. T.I. CZ.